Hello? I think we're live. Okay, and
Did you do the
welcome.
intro?
What? No, I didn't, because we have stuff to do. Hello, my name is Hunter Goldsmith, and this is the Damaged Goods, and we are here on a momentous occasion, the 50th episode of
Cameras!
So buckle up! Because we have a lot of stuff in store, mainly a lot of things, but before that, we should probably get into a recap. However, I think this is a great time to introduce ourselves for anyone new joining us or the first time seeing us. Hello, like I said, my name is Hunter Goldsmith. I am your game master, and I will go around the table and we will introduce ourselves once. Okay, we'll start over here with the best dress.
Hi, I'm Amber, and I'm playing Nuanen, the Elven Barbarian.
Hi, I'm Ruby. I am playing Valenccya VonVail, Aasimar Paladin.
Hi, I'm Tyler, and I will be playing Daxlaxl Faeriden, a Firbolg cleric monk thing.
Hi, I'm Abbey. I'm playing Alythia, a elven bard.
Hello, I'm Nathan, and I am playing Peter Finch, the tiefling artificer.
Hi, I'm Eli, and I'm playing Grudj Uchar, the half-orc wizard.
Thank you so much! Thank you so much! Thank you so much!
Why are you laughing at me?
I think
I don't understand.
I want to save our intro for just a little bit. So let's get acquainted with where we are in the story right now. And I believe a little recap is in order because it's been a while. So, our comrades, in an effort to resolve a mystery, so very close to one of our family members, Valenccya's brother, VonVail, who hasn't been seen for an entire year, and has kind of eluded each of your gaze for the better part of the last month, has become the object of your adventuring. Your path had led you through Loudwater, where you met an old dwarven woman who, through a rather interesting form of divination, provided you a glimpse into his whereabouts. A stuffy, cloistered hall filled with books and a table where he had been writing. This proved to be the only impulse, and through a deft bit of research, you found that he was most likely presiding at Candlekeep, one of the largest bastions of knowledge and a cathedral dedicated to the written word. In attempting to gain entry, your travels led you all over, to getting a book, to sailing to Mintarn, to nearly dying in a factory, to barely saving yourselves as your skins, and washed away through the seas to the most southern part of Faeriden and the Swords Coast that a great number of you have ever been. But regardless, you made your way to the hallowed halls and the minarets of Candlekeep, and in doing so, you had saddled up to a rather odd individual, a researcher by the name of Oldan Ashintik, who had told you that yes, he had indeed seen your brother Vander, as well as a number of other compatriots within the infernal sect of the Bastion of Extraplanar Research. He, being one of the last within Candlekeep at this moment, as that group of individuals was set to an expedition. They had departed just a few days before. Their destination, the ruins of Dragonspear Castle, a blood-seeped fortress whose eons of age has only served to be the backdrop for many, many battles. This all sort of served as a promontory note as your destination was set. Get to Dragonspear, cut off Vander, find yourselves with a decision as to what he's doing, and presumably stop him from entering into a research expedition that would lead him through the bowels of hell. So, you set to work. You linked yourselves with Uldan, and over the next day, you had supplied him with enough research for him to rekindle a teleportation sigil that could take you directly to Dragonspear, as he was attempting to boast in his research and get there before the group. You had buckled up the next morning, linked hands, and through an arcane spell, you were shunted through the ether. To your surprise, you found yourselves gasping and grasping what little breath you had as you were immediately transported into a darkened space between two gates, filled to the top with water. With breakneck speed, you found yourselves trying to find any exit, and through deft cunning and a little bit of force, you were able to open up the portcullis, whose odd nature retained the water even through its slatted iron, and found yourselves not in Toril anymore. Yes, the ruins of Dragonspear Castle were around you. Yes, you had managed to make it alive. However, the sort of grayed miasma that permeated the air and kept your vision from piercing through to the roiling purple and black sky gave you glimpses into the knowledge that this is not what you were expecting. In questioning Uldan, he said that this was not, he was expecting either that no one had really recovered any information from Dragonspear in the last month or so, and that there was little information that he could get right away, and so you pressed on. You made your way to the front gates, and in doing so, you opened into a dimly lit, although colorful through its stained glass lighting, chapel, filled with a number of creatures, but mainly the chants and incensed rantings of a would-be cleric at its helm. In deciding that it might not be wise to speak so openly with a madman, you took to battle. His crazed expression only served to give you less information as the battle went on, as he screamed, to let yourselves be one with the Great One, the God King, the Eye. And in felling him, your last stroke of your blade lopped his head off. It drifted through the air and disappeared to nowhere. His body slumped to the ground, and the creatures that inhabited this chapel, these sort of basketball-shaped, hovering, gibbering creatures, as well as the sinewy, live, shadow-like ones, had made a quick escape through the alcoves on either side, except for the two that you had slain there before. However, amidst this chaos, it is now becoming quite silent, and the rest is up to your devices. So, with that, let us start the episode of 50 of the Damage Go! The time, I suppose, is yours. So, my friends, what are you doing?
Questioning my reality.
I feel like we didn't talk about the floating head enough. So when it flew away,
This just happened.
Right?
Oh.
Yes.
So it flew away. Did it like no clip through the wall, or did the wall like open up and
It's
allow
sort
it
of
to go
like-
through?
It's sort of like, what's the right word I'm trying to find?
Apparated.
Eluded your perspective.
Oh,
It
it evaporated.
It's almost like it flew down a hallway into nowhere, but with no space.
So, like,
so
a
it
black
looked like
hole
it
is
got
just-
smaller.
Yeah,
until it
pretty much.
disappeared.
Okay.
It
everywhere.
disappeared in a way that I can only describe to you as nonsensical and sort of hard to wrap your brain around.
Did anyone else see that?
Yeah, I
okay,
don't like.
Not
I
just,
don't like that.
Can,
What did we have for breakfast this morning?
yeah, can I just touch the ground with my like hand?
Yeah,
Like it's like a real surface.
yeah. The marbled floor is cool. However,
Can I do an insight check?
sturdy. Yeah,
Is Uldan still with us?
he is. You see him sort of like, also arms crossed, puzzlingly looking around and beginning to refer to his map that you'd seen before.
Would it be possible for me to begin investigating just the chapel itself?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So-
Can I have Reggie help me out?
I'll give you a little bit of. It's been a while. So the chapel that you guys had seen, most of the battle had taken place in the sort of like waiting room before the main chapel. The doors to the chapel are now open. The stained glass window and sort of elevated platform in which the sermons are is now empty. There are columns that astride the pews on either side, and sort of a shadowy alcoves that you can't quite see unless you walk over there.
Uh-huh.
But other than that, it doesn't appear like there's anything in the pews as the creatures have left.
I see.
Is there a way forward? Are there any other doors?
In the room you are at, there's no doors on either side, just the centermost door.
So
Which is
only-
like ahead of
only
us?
here.
But you had
The one
seen the
that came
creatures
through.
out of the corner of your eye pass through the alcoves as they were leaving.
Okay. Yeah, I would like to move into the main chapel and begin just investigating to see if there's any other information available in the room.
Well, while he's doing that, remind me, is Uldan like trying to be secret about the map?
It doesn't appear to be
He's,
concealed.
okay.
He also showed you where the chapel was when you arrived, because he said, which was a point of note that I should mention, if we all forgot, he had said that the chapel is not the entry point to the castle of Dragonspear. It's off to the eastern wing, and it takes up a large portion of the main floor in the eastern wing. And with that information, you had opened up the door back to see if it was still there, and you were met with a dusty old library. You had failed a save, and the books on the wall began to run down and bleed, their colors flattening as they pushed the door closed.
Did anybody have anything that they wanted to try?
Grudj has started to leave the party. If there's anything anybody wants to do while this is happening.
Can I walk up to a stained glass window and break it?
It's
No,
like,
you-
okay, so this
Oh, is it high?
Yeah, it's like about 20 to 30 feet
I
off
had
the
the
ground.
same idea. I
And
was
it's like
thinking of.
30 feet high. This
Yeah.
beautiful arched, sort of like bathed in reds and purples, wreathing this sort of gold circular creature with 9 eye stalks and the centermost slitted eye of amber. Almost jeweled in how opulent it is. And it casts these sort of rainbows all over the
I want to check that
the
out.
cathedral floor.
If you
You're making your way in. It appears to be silent. I'll have you make a perception check while you're walking.
Can I make it an investigation? Because I am just looking. I'm looking specifically for information or anything that can yield more information.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely investigate. I'm just kind of trying to see where you're going, so that's why
Oh,
I'm
sure.
doing a general perception.
Okay. Sure.
I want to fly up to the middle of the window, right where the slitted eye is.
Okay, sounds good. I know you guys are kind of investigating. Uldan will also kind of walk up to each of you who are waiting, putting away the map and beginning to sort of like look around rather confusedly. What was yours?
Dirty 20.
Okay. And Nathan, what were you doing?
I'm gonna fly.
Peter.
Yeah. I'm gonna fly up to the middle of the stained glass window,
Okay.
and it's opaque, right?
Yeah, well, it's semi-translucent, and some of the panes, now that you can get up to them, are rather large. That like There are pieces that are like 5 feet or like a foot in more intricate areas, but it almost sort of envelops you in enormity that almost, what's the right word I'm trying to say? It doesn't seem like it should be that large when you were looking at it from the entryway. It almost seems to grow as you approach. Most notably, you can see beyond it this sort of like roiling, like black and purple baseline, like a sea almost. And in it, make a perception check.
Can I approach Uldon and ask him if I could borrow the map and try and see if I can make sense of where we're at versus where everything else is?
Yes, I suppose. I'm not getting much information from it either. As you can see right there, the eastern wing, it seems the chapel is sort of nestled in between a few bedchambers as well as a ballroom. I don't know.
Do you know, did you tell us about the library?
I don't think you
Several of us.
I don't think you
You
spoke about it.
You said we can't go back that way.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah.
Well,
Or something like that.
if we can't go back and it put us somewhere else that we haven't been before, what? We didn't figure out what was going on, right? We don't know why everything's so wonky, right?
Not yet.
This doesn't feel like a Feywild,
I
does
haven't
it?
forgotten.
This place is different. It follows a different set of rules, just like my home does from where you are all from. But the change is tenfold what I experienced when I came to the material plane.
Getting a nosy
Often a
little
lot
sky
of
about it.
demi planes have their own rules. Particular wizards will manifest a place like a hideaway or a home away from home. They can often set their own rules and boundaries as to how that may manifest, like floating boats, gravity, water going up and down. I don't know. I haven't mastered that far. Grudj. As you're beginning to look around this space, you do see sort of breaking the darkness in the alcove off to the right-hand side, a sliver of what seems like a small amber eye. There's a creature sort of huddled. They appear to be behind like underneath a pew that's set against the stone wall.
Okay.
Just watching, just sort of like looking, very small, about, they're fitting comfortably underneath 1.5
Sure.
foot.
Do I recognize it?
Nature from this distance.
All right. Yeah, why not?
I got a 12.
Can I walk?
12.
Do I see the tops? I'm looking for the tops of other buildings or areas within.
I will say,
So I want to see if I can
you
see.
can't really get a clear view as most of the glass has these beautiful sort of like lopping striations from their natural pore of the glass. However, I will say you do see a bunch of kind of like odd shapes. They're mostly spherical and they look like blackened stars almost.
Are they moving around?
They don't appear to be.
12.
12. Single-most eye matches a couple of the creatures you just saw.
Alrighty.
Yes.
As this goes on, Valenccya will just once over the headless body of this mad.
Ooh,
Clear.
okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Roll an investigation check.
Didn't
You want to
have like
escape
a-
over me?
like a
Yeah,
greatsword
could
or
I
something?
walk
Can you
directly
have a
to
big
the
weapon?
other side of the room, as far, like, to the front of the church, as far as I can go?
Oh yeah,
To
up
the
to
other
the sort of pedestal that he was venerating from.
Yep,
or,
straight up.
Should I take
sermoning from.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, definitely
like walk
you can.
forward.
Your footsteps echo as you approach, and getting closer, you see there is quite a grandeur to this place. the ruins of Dragonspear don't quite make sense, as most of the columns are polished granite. The sort of stepped platform that he was on is, again, this sort of beautiful granite that has been polished and cleaned. There are a number of silvered and gold implements, a censer hanging from the back that's sort of like drifting softly with its incense perfuming the area. Yeah, that's what you see just right off the bat.
I'm gonna meet you. I'll fly down and I'll meet you in the middle of the chapel.
Okay.
We're definitely dealing with something otherworldly.
Have we all made our way to the middle of the chapel, essentially? At this point,
Like
I'm
to, yeah.
assuming Uldon is just going to hover by whoever's the furthest back, yeah?
Yeah.
So I probably would have moved forward to meet everyone else.
I have a feeling that map will be of no use to us. The geometry of this place. I don't think it's consistent.
Well, at least we know where we might end up. I think.
Could we just like make a list of the rooms, maybe? That way we can kind of know, like, we'll peek into the room, be like, oh, this looks kind of like, and then we can be referencing the map.
Well,
It might not help us, but it could also...
where are we trying to get to?
Well, our original goal was to get to the portal room. But I do not know if... Yeah, because...
I look at the map. Is there like a distinct portal room, or is this another room?
It won't be on that one. The undercroft within the dungeons, which were largely marked in a number of tomes that is an expedition cruise. Purview, this is all to say that there is a breach at the dungeons, which leads to the room where the portal is established. We have quite comprehensive notes as to where it is and how to use it.
I'm gonna hand him back the map. Well, I guess just start trying doors?
Grudj. As this conversation is unfolding, you see the sort of slit of the eye get really narrow, and then as you guys are beginning to clump up, it widens, and you see the form begin to scurry, going sort of shooting from the where it was positioned towards the I guess the front of the chapel, like where the stained glass is, on the right hand alcove, as if it's trying to like leave.
Oh, could I cast a message and say, I suggest you stop?
You can. Let me
Does
see if
message
I have.
reach languages? I don't think it does.
It doesn't say.
So, you're saying this in common?
Yes.
You hear back a sort of frantic and garbled, and it begins to run.
Okay.
Looking your direction, wildly flailing its sort of like knobbly limbs, and then continuing in its pursuit.
Sidebar, message, you have to say those words out loud, right? So all of us heard
I
you?
think it's
No.
telepathic.
No, it's
It's
all
telepathic.
telepathic? Okay, never
Do
mind.
we see
You do
it?
see his attention shift, particularly you and
Yeah.
you.
I suggest you stop. Firebolt.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. They are in dim light. They have a bit of cover. I'll say 3/4 cover with
Sure.
the darkness.
Alright.
Yeah. Ooh, let's roll initiative.
Okay.
All of us?
No, just us two.
Okay, I was like, hold up.
I know, I was like,
Oh no, this
Would
is
me
bigger
and
than I thought it
Peter
was.
see this since we're at the front of the room?
I'll say
I
yes.
think
You have
we're
a
right
second to
next
react
to
after this happens.
the
I got a
two
1.
spells being cast by
That's
Grudj.
hilarious.
good roll, good roll.
Yeah.
So funny.
I rolled a 2.
Okay. Do your turn. Your
Cool.
action.
Firebolt.
Roll the hit.
It gets a
Natural 20.
Okay. Sounds good. Wonderful. Roll damage.
Alrighty.
Down from there.
Are you rolling double or are you doubling
I'm,
dice? I think our standards usually double the dice, but I think we usually leave it up to the player.
I'll double dice.
I like
Double,
double
double.
dice, but... Oh,
16.
16 points of damage. I need a pencil. Does anybody have a pencil I can tap?
There's an entire cup of them right
I
there.
don't want to go anywhere.
I don't.
Summon ye old pencil cup.
Okay.
Accio Penso!
Okay.
Have you
Okay,
heard
okay.
Luna sing the
Gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah, I use that all the time actually.
You can use Nox to turn it off, too.
Sounds good. As you release the blast of fire from your hands, you all feel a
Stabbing
heat press past whoever's closest to you, probably you two, into the darkened alcove. It strikes a creature who sort of like falls, skids on the ground before scrabbling its way. Its full movement. You can see the back of its tattered cloth clothes are alight with these feigning
Ooh,
embers.
if it's flammable, it is a light.
Yeah, they just kind of burst into flame as it runs down the corridor, or down to where sort of like the precipice of the wall is, and then around the corner and disappears into darkness.
Before it gets gone, can I cast a spell?
It does do this on its turn.
Okay.
So I would say that it's just beginning to leave, or it's leaving around the corner
How about
before everyone is able to do so. But
how about we just follow
be
it?
generous. What are you doing?
I was just if it continued to run after this firebolt was launched, I was gonna try to cast a. How far away is it? More than 30 foot?
I would say from where you're at, it's definitely about 45, 50 feet away.
Fine.
Okay.
Good.
And it is in kind of darkness. too,
So I vote we chase the thing that lives here.
Why are we trying to attack it?
I don't know, but I
asked
think
you
we should
to
probably
say,
follow
and
it.
It didn't.
Hmm.
And I don't know.
It probably knows its way better than we ever would.
Well, maybe we can follow the charred remains it leaves as a trail.
Well, the more time we spend talking, the less time we're gonna have to follow
Well,
it.
let's move.
Okay.
Seems to me we have all the time in the world.
Running.
Can I got a 15
I will go
for checking the body
Oh, yes.
as this.
So,
That
you
was
ladies
happening earlier.
definitely want to do this. Let's rewind a little bit as this happened. You
Yeah.
get a 15. Going over the body, you notice grotesque human, dead. You do find a holy symbol to his side that he had pulled several times in
Yeah.
attempt to use spells. It is a very similar, small, stained glass, about palm-sized stained glass effigy of the creature that is depicted. This sort of gold, round creature with eye stalks that sort of lattice itself into a necklace. It was on his hip. You also find on the other side a small sachet of spell components. Other than that, it's rather plain in an off-putting manner. Like you'd expect to find gold pieces and like things that are a little more like personal
Yeah.
to them, but
No
it's
writing.
really not. Most of his clothes, in particular, isn't embroidered with much. It's like flat colors and
Ew.
very like upon closer inspection, you see the seams are like fused almost. They're not like sewn. They just look sewn.
Is it like skin?
No, it's fabric for sure.
I think I
They
looked
just
up-
like glue it together. Like
I think I
That's a
looked
really good
up-
way to think about it. It looks like it's like glue, like someone cosplaying as a priest.
Ah. I
Sorry, I don't mean to offend. 'Cause there's a lot of sewing involved in that.
I pocket the spell components for my friend Grudj later, and then I think I look up and see him attacking the thing, and then take off with.
Oh,
Sounds
We're moving.
wait,
I'm.
no.
Yeah.
Is the weapon still there?
His maul,
Was it a maul? Was it like a stick?
or it was a mace. I
He's
think.
a golf.
It was a maze.
I don't think I
It was a
care
mace.
enough to go get it.
No,
No.
it was not. I'm so sorry.
Wait, it was gone?
Did
Yeah,
you
it disappeared.
pocket just
Oh.
the spell components, or the spell components and the jewelry, the thing?
I think I probably just like. You'd see me pick it up, and I don't think Val would take it because I don't have any need for it. But
Was it made
Yeah.
of gold?
is it made of gold?
It's made of glass and some material that binds it together.
It's made of thumb binding material. I don't. Do you want it?
You would
either?
assume it's a metal.
Not
but you don't know
really.
if it's gold or not.
I launch it over my shoulder and it shatters in the distance.
However, as you guys
Yeah.
take flight through the alcove to the right into the darkness, you do see an arched opening. Appears dark beyond that. However, there is no door. As you press forward, you notice that the creature is no longer there. Its footprints do lead into the darkness as they have a bit of soot on the bottom now.
I would like to drop to the back of the group and keep a weary eye behind us.
Okay, sounds
I'm
good.
gonna walk through it.
Pressing.
Wait, don't. Alone.
We're all behind her.
Alright, let's go.
I float gently.
Get your wings
Oh,
out.
you're on the broom. I was like,
blood on my broom.
I was like, how are you floating, paladin?
I'm not wasting my wings on this. I'll save those for combat. Just float softly along.
So down the creepy tunnel.
Yep.
What's our marching order? Is it a
Guidance
one?
quietly. Do
one
you wanna-
person?
I mean, that's magic darkness,
can
right?
send-
That's what that was last time that we walked through to get in the place in the first place.
Yeah, I put
was
my
like-
arm through and it was like a weird.
Yeah, it's like this almost
Cool.
like misted darkness. It feels like it has a form, but it doesn't resemble smoke at all. So magical darkness would be a good comparison.
I could send Clover ahead to sniff out the charred eyeball bit.
I'm gone.
Yeah, we're alright.
Oh, okay.
I think
Bye.
we're walking
Okay.
through.
Nuanen, your senses first, taken the smell of sort of like perfumed bath salts in the air, that sort of crispy rock salt sensation, and the sound of running water. And as you, your footsteps step through the stone into this space, they begin to echo against the stone walls, tiled all the way around. It appears to be a bathing chamber. There are about 3 large baths delineated by walls on the left-hand side. Beyond that, there appears to be these sort of like 3 arches that mimic the positioning of the baths that lead to a very well-lit, gardened area, it seems, pressed by glass. So you can see, as you enter, light streaming in through one side that appears to be daylight, however sort of palish pink the daylight here is. But as you enter, you don't sense any movement. You all see, as she moves through, the darkness begins to take shape, and that same room sort of solidifies beyond the shadow.
Okay, so the darkness was in the hallway, but as we entered into the room, it kind of...
It's not the same darkness. So the hallway is more like dark because it's just not lit, like there's nothing there. The alcove was sort of like that.
The 3 different windows, did you say it was like a different time of day in each of them?
No,
Or a different...
they're just sort of like
okay.
overlooking these glass like openings.
Okay.
Are the baths full of liquid?
They do appear so. However, you're not in the room.
Right.
Or, yeah.
So if you'd like to all go through, you definitely can.
Yep.
It wasn't a long hallway?
Huh?
Oh, because...
No, it's sort of like a dip, like a little 10-foot dip, and then an archway,
Yeah.
and then you pass directly through that to another room.
Alright, yeah, I would have wanted to follow.
Yeah.
I mean, after I pass, I'm just going to kind of watch as everyone comes through the archway and see if it changes back to the black mist or not.
Yeah, it seems to take the same shape, so it's just the same room as everyone passes through. Did you want to wait?
Yeah, I'm waiting to just see if, after everyone's through, if it retransitions or if it stays like that's now a solidified
Yeah, I'll
pathway.
say that it begins to fade. After a moment of inactivity, it starts to begin to dim to that same blackness, and you have but a moment before it seals itself off,
Okay.
By seals itself off, do you mean like...
separated from your party.
No, I'm through in the bath. I'm just watching as people come through.
Oh,
I'm
gotcha.
not... No.
So, I misunderstood.
Yes.
What I was thinking is that you were waiting to see if like anything happened after people passed through.
No.
If you pass through and you're looking backwards, it's just black again.
It's already black.
Oh, okay.
Can I walk towards the 3 archways and like not like go through, but like look to see
Yeah,
how much I can
absolutely.
see in this like garden?
The so the arched openings house again sort of like this meticulously made stained glass, but it's all clear. It overlooks a cliff face, and beyond it you can see what appears to almost look like it sort of feels like a diorama where you can like see it from the outside or while you're inside, but you know it not to necessarily be real or to be like a manufacturing of the real area.
Like looking at a shoebox diorama.
Exactly.
Okay.
And it's sort of overlooks like a cliff face. There's a few feet before it drops straight down. Beyond that is this just grand carving river that makes its way to whatever body of water it's destined to meet with. And then beyond that is another cliff face, and then sort of a painted backdrop, I'll say, however it looks sort of real, you can't really tell, of mountains and that same sort of purple and black roiling sky.
I would like to slowly approach one of the baths.
Yes, they are all running. They do appear to be like half full at this point, but they don't appear like they're getting any more full.
I would like to slowly test the water with my quarterstaff.
Sounds good.
I
Yeah,
hope he
there's
gets
water.
sucked in.
You do hear, you do smell just a sensation right off of the water. Warm salts, good for the skin. You see a few bottles laid off to the side, which you could assume is like various perfumes to make your own like bath concoction. However, the most striking detail of the first bath that you see, there appears to be a tapestry on the back wall between the two walls that astride it, and it depicts sort of like this sort of swirling black and purple sky filled again with these small dark stars. But as they get closer to the viewer, you see each of them has embedded a golden eye.
Well, it seems like it's a normal bath.
Yeah, when I hear that, I'm gonna look over and I'm gonna, oh, thank God, and like dive into the bath and just like cover my head in the like warm, clean water.
Alythia,
It is warm, it is relaxing.
given my personal passion and history with bathhouses, is this familiar to me? Does it look like, would I know about this bath?
What?
A previous
Do you want to do a history check?
Val really likes baths, yes. I really enjoy baths and I feel safe here, but I don't feel safe at all anyway, so let's see. Wow, that's bad. That's real bad. What am I rolling for what?
History?
Doesn't matter.
History. Or 5, sorry.
Yeah,
should
big
really
old
make sure
juicy
it's
5.
It's accurate. This bath does not strike you as anything you've seen before. However, it does confirm the feeling in which, that is, you have not been here before.
Hold on. Have you been here before?
I would assume you mean, like, the remains of Dragonspear, or
This bath.
particular gantry of bath. No.
I don't want to
Yes,
interrupt,
it is.
but I feel like the "have we been here before" question might be irrelevant to the situation.
Yeah.
I will point out again that I would assume the running water through the aqueducts of a ruined castle would not be operating in where we're from.
Well, we already
I would
assumed that.
Certainly assume that anything that was naturally running would not smell of bath salts.
No, it appears this place was prepared.
For us?
Come back up, right?
Oh yeah, no,
Okay,
I
I'm
just like
definitely in
splash.
I need like life
A little
touch.
bit of bubbling.
Yeah. I like take off my boots and start like rolling up my pants to stick my feet in the water.
Did you dive full clothes?
Oh
in
yeah,
this? Oh,
definitely.
God.
Well, I mean, I didn't like full. I just like took the water and like put it over my head. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
my
not the
clothes are
image.
wet though.
That's not the image I got when you said I died.
Daxlaxl Faeriden. As she splashed in, your passive perception did catch that the water droplets that landed outside began to trickle their way back into the bath of their own accord. Yes.
You said the 3 windows have like almost like a kind of clearish stained glass on
Yeah,
them?
it's a clear sort of stained glass. It's just sort of these looping arches.
Does it look thick?
Yeah, it appears about like
Can I knock on it?
an inch thick. Boom, boom, boom. And it's also these like sort of like big, hefty wrought iron metalwork that holds it all in place.
Are there any other doors in this room?
That's the question.
Yes, there appears to be a door on the
If I
other
turn
side that
around.
mimics the one you were in. As well as that door appears to be, well, I should say arch. That archway does lead into another room.
So you said that the drops from outside of the tub go back in. I'm assuming Alythia doesn't see that, but does the water that's on her head still like drip back into the bath while she's sitting like on top of the tub?
Slowly. It seems natural as you're in the tub, like the
Okay,
water
all right.
falls
Yeah,
out,
I'm not
but-
sus. Good. All right, cool. I'm into it.
It seems that the water is behaving strangely. I think it's bound to the pool.
Bound.
Returns.
Can I Arcana check the water?
Sounds like what
Yeah.
little Nuanen said with the
all right,
demi-plane here.
Yeah, own rules kind of thing.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm not going to question it at this point.
Really? I mean, a bath's a
11.
bath, so.
11. It doesn't appear to be enchanted by any means. It just is not operating with the nature of the natural world.
I see.
I think we should proceed with extreme caution wherever we end up. We cannot trust the rules of the world as we know them.
I'm just gonna go up behind Alythia and prestidigitate real quick. I would leave the water alone until we know more what we're doing. If that makes sense. Trust me, I would love to take a bath,
I would also love that.
but the small single-eyed creatures freak me out a little bit.
Which
And the fact that this bath appears to be waiting is not great.
You know,
I mean, it's probably for someone who lives here. Whoever it is made this place has good taste, clearly.
well, maybe it's like you're about to cook a lobster and you wash them off first. You would-
That's true. I would rather taste like dirt than freshly baked.
Clover, can you smell out that roasty boy? Can you smell him out, buddy? Yeah. Yep. Good job, boy.
He has advantage on smell.
His nose to the ground as he begins to sort of sniff around. Looping around back, beginning to make its way all around. He sort of comes back to you whimpering. He goes,
13,
like,
buddy?
he
You can't smell it with a 13?
pick up anything.
Oh, Clover, you're letting mommy down.
But regardless of my sassy nature, I am gonna step out of the bath, prestidigitate my feet off, and put it back in the boots.
Sounds good. Each of you sort of surrounding the bath, you notice there is no drain, and the water that is flowing into the bath appears to be consistently flowing. However, the level never gets higher.
Is there like a...
This is one of 3 baths, by the way.
I'm not the most minded. Is there like a style in here? Is it elven? Is it dwarvish? Is it hand like
History check, hell yeah.
Grudj, do you know anything about this place?
I'll take a look, yeah.
Advantage or separate rolls, whoever wants to do it.
I'm not gonna
I don't know.
Listen, I wonder out loud about this. So
Boy, I wonder who made this.
wow, this is elven.
25.
That's my buddy.
Best choice right there. That's what you need.
Books
In
are at
terms
your
of
orphanage.
architecture, it is sort of a fusion. You notice there's a dwarven rigidity to a lot of the structure. The masonry appears to be dwarven and is worked impeccably. There are influences of a human hand. Most of the setup of a castle of this would be used for humans.
Yes, well, you see, what you can see here, you see how these stones are joined together. That's dwarven work.
Okay.
However, if you notice also these arched, stylized bits over the archways and above the bath themselves, leading to the precipice in the ceiling above them, those are influenced more by a human.
Yes, very
sensibility.
human. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Well, this architecture lecture is very intriguing, but
Is it on?
I mean, it's the architecture of what this building used to be, right? Not what this demi-plane
Based
is.
on our new friend's information, I would imagine that it
Is it-
fits well within parameters of what we would expect from the original.
Is it on the map?
So
It's almost like a recreation.
I was gonna say, aren't these technically ruins back in our plane of existence? So
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
they fixed it.
As I'm staring like up,
Oh, I mean, to the best approximation.
It is
So
interesting.
do you think the human bits were the wizard that made the plane?
I'm not convinced this is a wizard's work. But that's just my own speculation. I know as much as you.
I'm not convinced.
So, if you don't think it's a wizard, what do you think it is?
Many beings possess the ability to manifest their own worlds.
Sure, but the way that you say it, it does sound like you.
Well, isn't it
Have a-
obvious? He sort of references the tapestry.
Is it a tapestry with the eyes?
Yeah, the sort of
Sorry, I
circular-
must have zoned out when you were explaining
These sort
it.
of blackened. They almost look like it's like a cosmic sea with these blackened dots, and the ones closest that are about a foot in diameter have these embroidered golden eyes in them.
So let's pretend that I don't know anything about demi-planes
Do we
and...
have to pretend?
You're right, we don't. What is it?
I don't know. Let me think.
Why don't you do that with advantage, bud?
Thank you so much.
Demi-planes.
We could be dealing with something rather treacherous. Not a devil. Abjurative in nature, for sure. Now, have any of you studied the beyond cosmically?
You mean death?
Yes.
In
No,
what
no.
sense?
The physical beyond, what lies outside of our own crystal sphere. What
Like-
lurks in the darkness of space.
I think I start hyperventilating, thinking back to all the lessons I probably had that I slept through.
Whoever wants to, make an intelligence check.
Awesome.
Or history for those who are proficient.
God. Can I just make a perception?
I'm half proficient. Does that...
Do it! Hell yeah!
I would just prefer. I just prefer to make sure we're not being
I've
scared.
I've never
We're both
heard of this
zero.
before.
I only
Oh
got
yeah, I got a 5. There's nothing. I got nothing.
Well, I got 19.
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
14.
Okay.
24.
Well, Peter.
Elucidate us, sir.
A loose... What?
So I will say this information comes to you in 2 different manners that are of the same sort of accord. Nuanen. There were tales of specifically the sky and what lies beyond that were told to you when you were a child, in a similar vein of stories of gods. When the elves of your tribe would talk about like the disasters of the world, grief, chaos, things like that. Oftentimes, they would say that those horrifying traits were brought to us from beyond the sky, in the darkness of space. You, specifically, have heard a couple stories that your dad impressed upon you, horror stories you'd only heard in the darkened nights between fall and winter, attempting to scare you. He would talk of tentacled beings, of creatures beyond the blackness of space that roil impossibly large and with a chaotic nature that is incomprehensible to our mortal minds. Elder gods, beyond what the gods that we know are. Most of them, their names lost to time, drifting in the blackness of space. It is in the same vein, and you know that there is a language that goes along with it. In common speak, it's called deep speech.
Anybody know deep speech?
I've definitely
I look
heard
at...
of them.
I
I've
have...
definitely heard of it. It was an option, but I didn't.
I did a semester in academy.
Hey! I think I'd clap him on the shoulder harder than I mean to. Right. I gotta use grudge level.
She like sort of like
Yes.
sidles away from you. a
Yes,
little
sir.
bit.
Well, are we gonna commit to playing the game, or are we gonna try to find a way out of it?
I don't know if
playing
we
a
have
game?
much of choice.
I
Well-
think he's being... The word facetious is what comes to mind, but that's
Would you
not right.
prefer I spell it out for all of you?
I think
Yes.
we gotta just keep
In fact, I
going
would.
until
There are
we find the
creatures
right place.
called beholders that exist both in this world and outside of it. There is tale that beyond our own sphere In their home domain, they create legions of themselves, drifting through the blackness. This iconography resembles something similar, don't you agree? Space,
There's a lot of babies.
dotted with creatures.
I think the babies. I don't know.
I hoped they were stars,
I
but
don't
now
know
that
if
you're
the
saying
hoarders
that,
have to grow.
yeah,
Like
That's
they
the
they're
will.
funny
born
thing
adults.
about iconography, though. It's used to exalt, personify, mostly to tell stories.
Do you think we could piss off our captor? I'm gonna tear the tapestry down.
I'm sure I could try.
That sounds good. Strength check.
Okay.
As
I just start yanking at it.
as Peter yanks, can I just like as Ulan is saying
It's a
this,
pretty
is he being like really into this? Is he like there are these things?
It's actually pretty good.
Beholders, like is he secretly into it? Like I guess I'm asking for
check.
I was like, secretly? I don't know. This man's pretty dark.
I got a 16.
16. You hear it rip, and you feel it begin to give way. It's sort of metalled post that holds this tapestry in place. Does not budge as it's fixated to the stone, but you feel the threads give way on one side, and with a solid rip, it rips about halfway. You can only get about half, but the second you do so, you notice the tapestry's threads begin to sort of like reach for each other and start to knit itself back.
I'm gonna try something a little different. I'm gonna light it on fire.
Yep, I'll help.
As I'm looking out those 3 windows, you said it looks
Nice.
unnatural,
Wait,
like
I
a
see
diorama.
you.
Like it
Yeah,
doesn't look real.
Like when you sort of like move your head from either side, the spacing of all of the elements doesn't
it doesn't look
seem
natural.
perfectly convincing.
As I like stare and just keep watching, is there any movement, any wind, any animals? Like as I'm just watching the landscape,
Perception check.
Is there any?
or like just
Floating.
anything.
You guys are lighting it on fire, right?
Yes.
Okay, sounds good. I'll say with your persistent nature and the ability to produce flame ridiculously, you notice it does
Prodigiously.
catch. Prodigiously. It does catch. It doesn't begin to like light itself. It makes these sort of blackened spots that give way. After about 10 minutes or so, well, it depends on how long you want to do it. You work your way up the tapestry. In any moment where you cease, you see that sort of blackened fiber begin to flake off and start to grow anew, almost weaving and knitting itself.
It doesn't seem to take any effort
Interesting.
for it to just repair this.
so something must be.
Yes? No, you first. No,
Rock,
you
paper,
first.
scissors.
No,
But,
you first.
this beholder, if it has the ability, power to shape
I've
reality
never heard
here,
one that had the power. Sorry. Go ahead.
if it does, is there any hope of turning this back to normal?
Perhaps. Kill the creature, return the world.
Oh, that's easy. We
You
can
had
do
an
that.
insight check, though, right?
Yeah.
What was it?
12.
12? He appears medically enthralled. Like,
Seems about
like a
as enthralled as
researcher.
the
Yeah.
average
His interest is
wizard.
piqued.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, yeah. Wizard shit.
Go on.
So,
What language is
it's
Similar.
She
Oh, no.
speaks deep speech.
It's taking over Alythia.
so
Check her eyes.
we have 3 bathtubs here, yes? But that, she points at the tapestry, doesn't look like it needs a bathtub.
No.
So there are 3 humanoids at least.
That is.
Are they big bathtubs? Because I assumed that they were like large baths.
Well,
You haven't inspected the other 2 baths. You've only been to the first
Yeah,
one.
but cleric.
Just to my knowledge.
who
So you can
used to
definitely...
live
No,
here
yeah.
before in Dragonspear Castle?
Who did
It's
it?
had many
There has
denizens.
been many owners.
I think
So-
devils
Whoever
were the
keeps
last
castle
ones.
tends to hold it
Did-
for at least a while.
The guy we beheaded, the guy I beheaded, did he have
I mean, we don't.
recent baths? Did he look showered? Or was he like nasty?
In
Because I wrote down
recall
grotesque
back,
human. in my notes, so I'm thinking he hasn't showered, and that's weird if there was a shower.
I will say that his skin, however textured, did not appear sullied. So,
So maybe
not
he
dirty,
bathed
not clean.
here.
Priest skin.
I'm sorry, who beheaded the man?
You were there.
I'm
that you?
pretty sure it was me. Come on, Dax.
Oh, it
saw
was
that.
you.
It was
Oh.
very cool.
Can
Yeah, she did it.
Slice.
I just missed.
And then the head
missed who
went.
did it.
I will
She
never be able
winked
to
at you
forget.
after she swung her sword. I mean,
I got an 11.
Oh,
I'm just like
yes,
staring out
yes,
the
yes,
three
yes.
windows.
There doesn't appear to be any wind, which is also weird. But you can see the treetops on the other side of the cliff. There's no life in them, and inspecting as you get close and close to the glass, looking, just trying to find any detail you can. They don't feel like trees.
Oh,
Where's the jump scare?
I know. I was like,
And you said the glass was thick.
Yeah.
Like the.
Yes.
I would like to go inspect the other two baths.
I would
good.
like to also do
Yeah.
that. That's
Working your
one
way
of
to the
things.
second one, you notice it is not filled. This one is devoid of water. However, the tapestry at the back does depict a similar scene. However, it appears like that same backdrop of blackened pinks and purple swirls gives way to a centermost being, black, again with that sort of golden eye at the center, surrounded by blackened dots you could assume to be its legion, sort of radiating out almost like a sun. Most interestingly, though, roll a perception, an investigation check for me.
I will help you, I suppose.
You
Wow.
suppose.
I-
Well, I guess I can
It's
help
fine.
you.
I want to do that, yeah.
That's better. Investigation, 19.
19. You notice on the bottom right hand of this large tapestry, there appears to be like about a palm-sized circle of threads that are skipped on this side. You can see sort of the faint outline of a shape, but it appears to be not like covered up, but woven not on this side of the fabric.
So they like skipped a part when creating this scene.
I'll just take that as what you're doing. Pulling back the corner, you see a shape on the other side. This is a similar circle. The backdrop on this side is completely black. And the circle is this almost like fleshy pink purple. And its eye at the
Okay.
center is the same sort of yellow slitted eye.
Can I poke it? Can I touch it? I want to touch it.
yeah, touch it with the sword, please.
I'm gonna touch it with my finger.
No!
Waves like fabric.
Oh, the fleshy bit is fabric?
No, it's like
So,
flesh
okay,
colored.
wait.
It's like a
Oh.
pinkish purple.
Oh, okay.
Okay, is it's on the back of the tapestry or it's on the wall?
It's woven into the back of the tapestry.
It's woven into the back of the, and the front side doesn't have any like woven image over it. It's just woven into the back.
Exactly.
Does
and as
it
you pull the back over, you see
Yeah.
it is just black.
does it look like that was done after the rest of the tapestry?
It appears like it was woven into the piece. Like
Is it a piece of bubble gum someone has just carelessly pressed into the back of this
With
nice
an eye in
okay.
it?
Okay, I don't know.
Is bubble gum.
I was. It's a Neverwinter thing. Question, quick.
Yep.
Spatial.
ludicrous.
3 baths, 3 tapestries.
Very fun.
Yes,
filled.
it appears. So you've
There-
only seen the second.
Okay.
This one had an unfilled bath.
Okay.
And it had that little piece in it.
This is also a humanoid-sized bath.
No, that's okay.
And
I just
in-
I will say it's I will say it is probably 10 foot in diameter, edging on 10 to 15.
a luxurious size.
It's a large
It's like
bath.
a group bath.
However, I will say
Ooh.
group baths are not unnormal, and
Right.
like a bath of this size,
Yeah.
a bathhouse would be fairly normal. It is rather large, though. I would say.
And those are like full floor-to-ceiling walls in between them. Yes, between
Yeah,
the
but
3 baths.
about, I would say probably like the ceiling. It's a vaulted ceiling, so this whole area is almost like a tunnel, almost like a area of the underground. But it's vaulted to a point at about 15 feet. So the ceiling before the vaulting, where you're seeing these tapestries, is about 10 feet high. and they reach from top down towards the fringe at the bottom, sort of lands just inches before the actual floor.
And it's black where we came in, and on the other side there's like an archway.
Yes,
Is there
so
any doors there, or is it just an open archway that kind of...
it's an open archway, and this one does not have that same sort of blackness. It appears to go into a secondary room.
I'm gonna, while this is happening, I'm just creeping my way over to that.
Okay, sounds good. You do have to pass the third bath as you make your way over. But while this is kind of unfolding, is there anything else you guys would like to do?
So you said there was 3 tapestries?
There's
Well,
three
there's a third
baths.
bath
3
that
baths,
we have
1
to go
tapestry.
investigate that might have a tapestry if
You
the
investigated
pattern
2 baths and
continues.
found 2 tapestries. You have not gone to the third bath. I would assume you're
Did we say third bath?
heading there, but
Third bath.
Is the tapestry trying to tell me something? Because it has this like fleshy colored
I
thing
feel
on
like
the back
using
of
the
it.
term fleshy colored makes
Valid.
is deviating people's perception. I'm just gonna say it's a pinkish purple thread that is used.
Why does it seem that this was hidden on the back? Am I getting any sort of vibe for this?
I'm wondering if it's a symbol.
The-
If it's symbolism of a creature that has been removed from the collective
Oh.
and
See,
sequestered away.
that makes a lot
and
of
that's
sense.
why you're the smart one of the group.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe they messed up and had to patch this part, but yours sounds better than.
I mean, I
But why
Messed
would
up
you-
and patched it.
it
That
would be
the last one was putting itself
Symbolism.
back together on purpose.
Yeah, let me. Can I just take my sword on this one? Not where the pink thread is, but can I just cut it to make sure it acts the same as the previous?
Yeah, same exact thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna investigate the next area.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow.
This one does have sort of a trickling of water that is making its way
Do
in,
you wanna-
almost as if the stopper from the aqueduct is being placed. The bath is about 3/4 full, and it's sort of bubbling with a soft, what you would assume is like a
I got this.
Like a bubble
soap
bath.
or something. Yeah, like a bubble bath. And there appears to be again a smattering of
I've only used one.
bottles and
Hey.
salves laid out. You do also see there's a small stack of books just off to one side and another tapestry. This one, however, in stark contrast to the other two, is beset in sort of this misty grayed background. And as it is enveloped, you can see the threads behind it appear to be a similar like black, like an opaque black. But you can see down at the bottom center a similar pink shape. It's a circle, it has no eye on it, and there is one arch of that sort of mist that covers half of its body, almost like it's moving into whatever this could be.
Wait, is this the third one?
Descends.
Oh, I didn't have to roll for it?
What?
No, we looked for
This
it.
is
We
the
knew
next
we knew
room?
where the
Oh,
last one was.
They were heading
so-
into the
This is
third
the next
bath.
bath.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was.
okay.
Is there anything on the
You
back?
did make a roll, and I would honor that. I'm gonna give you a little
But
pause
you didn't
here.
give me a roll, so I don't need
Do
to
you
use
want to
it.
roll?
You already described everything,
Okay.
so I don't know.
Well,
if I
Well,
can
there's
roll.
information that can be gleaned from all of this.
Could I look on the back
Yes.
of this one?
It's kind of interesting because this one has just like what you would assume to be the back of a tapestry, a reverse of the image. The second one, though, had a specific woven side to the front of it.
Okay.
Yes.
Nothing to do with anything else. I would like to look at the bath soaps and salves bottle and attempt to grab whichever one I thought smelt the best, without anyone else noticing.
Smelling, they all smell very different. Some reek of eucalyptus, others of rose water. You notice, though, that the labels on them are written in a language you don't know.
Cool. The rosy type, the rosy smelling
Yes.
one, I'm gonna try and pocket without anyone noticing.
Oh, sounds good.
This is not the next room. This is the
Gotta
third
be
bath
at 21.
This is the third bath.
in the same room.
Mm-hmm. Dax, you're kind of pressing your way forward, right?
Mhm.
27?
So say, as
No,
you guys begin to investigate the third bath,
Because it's
you
not
reach
quite
the
that high.
archway and can see easily beyond it.
Oh,
There
it's a
appears to be
24.
two walls in a very similar fashion.
That's-
One bleeding light through from what you would assume to be another stained
I just
glass sort of open side, and the other side are these little alcoves that are shut with a wooden door, and you can smell in the air the soft scent of excrement. Is the best way to put it?
It's the poop.
Potties.
It's a potty.
I share that with the group.
So you went.
Oh,
Hey, there's potties down here.
Oh my god, I think
Hey,
it's canon.
there's potties down here.
Actually, I have been holding it.
Thank you, bathroom.
And the bathroom.
Thank you, bathroom.
So our exit options for this room are back the way we came.
Or forward.
Or there's
You do
one
see
door.
there is another blackened
Oh, it is.
archway
Yeah.
beyond the space that is the
The
lavatory.
potty.
Not a door, just
To be
another-
honest, I don't think it matters which doorway we take.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. Can we?
Oh, I'll say too, you're passive. You notice that about like the 5th door down out of about 8 of these is sort of cracked.
Can I try to delve and to better understand, like, the intricacy of these tapestries, just to make sure I've got it pieced together?
I was gonna say, can I
Do you
hang out
wanna-
with him and kind of have a small
I was like, do
discussion?
you want to talk like with everyone about it?
Yeah.
I would love to have a
Do you
discussion.
want to have a like? Because we can do it either way.
Well, the priest kept mentioning a god
Right.
of some kind, a creature that has set itself apart. But this
Become one with the Great One.
become one with the Great One. But are we actually dealing with a Great One? Because if we look at the tapestries, there is a central being that appears to create others. But then there's that small circle that's shown itself to have been a removal of an existence.
Right, because the third
Spot.
bath is waning,
The third.
right? It looks like it's going away.
And the third, it is going into a gray, misty area.
In the second one, it's black.
But
Can
Nuanen,
we
you
go?
said that through the windows.
Reminds me of the miasma.
Yes.
Into the
Exactly.
blackness. Into this
But
blackness.
then there's the illusion that Peter saw through the main central window of a
Yeah, there was
purple, wispy, and black region with dots floating amongst it. So are we dealing with that
mention that,
main
but-
creature? I assumed that you did.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I didn't say there was too much going on, but you're right. It looks just like the tapestry when I saw out the window.
The
Exactly.
same color?
It was kind of the same sort of misty, swirly
So
color. with the black
is this
dots.
a temporary plane created by the creature that has removed and sequestered itself from its original parent?
Was it culled from the herd? Is there something wrong with it?
I don't know. Did it
Did this
choose
show
to
up at
remove
all
itself?
in the first tapestry?
Which
The one in the
what?
chapel.
The purple one. Did the purple one show up at all in the first tapestry?
I'll go look.
Rushing your way over seems like no. There's really no mention. It's almost like landscape in a way, like a constellation of moving figures that are almost like a field that you're peering into.
Does it match what I see outside the 3 windows? The tapestries seem similar
like
to
the
what I'm
sky?
looking at outside.
I'm
Or
gonna make another perception
outside.
check as you're sort of looking. Yes.
While they discuss this, Dax is gonna sneak his way to that cracked toilet.
Yeah, sounds good. Making your way
cracked
over,
privy.
you do hear sort of like a hushed breathing, like a.
Is it straining?
You don't know.
It's constipated. It was.
I hate you.
I love you. That was great.
I got a 12.
As well. No, doesn't seem to really match.
Okay.
Also, the colors are different.
If I pull out my orb of time, can I see what time it is?
Yeah, your orb of time actually currently. What does it say on it?
What is the item
Here,
description?
let me look up the item.
Okay.
I'm gonna get that in just a moment.
Okay, well that's
You
happening.
guys chit chat.
So, okay, so this tapestry doesn't have any. This has it on the back in the midst of blackness.
Yes.
When we looked at the blackness, is it also thread or is it darker than thread?
It's all thread.
It's all
made of
thread. Okay.
It's just really tightly woven, and it's its own side. It's almost like the weave of this tapestry is like a sort of like like double webbed or webbed.
Webbed?
Webbed it. It's been webbed.
With webbed.
Can I touch the wall behind
I think
it?
you have that.
I have it. You definitely can. Stone wall. So it says, while holding this
It is
orb,
a
you can use an
well-made
action to
wall.
determine whether it is morning, noon, afternoon, evening, or nighttime outside. This property functions only on the material plane. I will say that the orb is a crystal orb that emits no light currently.
I see.
Is it nighttime?
Yeah, I just pull it out and I'm holding
Looking
it.
into the
It's
daylight
not
or
doing
the
anything.
streaming light beyond, it gives it sort of like a
Charge it?
purple hue as the light just passes through it, but it's
So it's not working.
whenever you've touched this before, it emits its own light.
Mm-hmm.
Which, yeah, last time we met, we
Tells us
did
something.
mention is probably a pocket plane.
Well,
Well,
we just kind of
yeah.
confirmed that we're not on the material plane.
Yes.
Cool.
Looking at this tapestry, is there an artistic intentional similarity between the reversed portion on the second tapestry and the being on the third?
I'll clarify. These tapestries all appear to be woven in the same fashion, and they all appear to be depicting the same sort of story, almost like a triptych of events.
Okay, so essentially,
And you are all familiar with, I would say you are all familiar with, like, the iconography of castles, and, like, it's basic sort of stuff. I mean, aside from maybe, like, people who haven't seen it before or known, but, like, you know, visual iconography like this tells a story often, and is usually done in 3s or 2s or 1s, depending on what it is.
so there was a plane outside of the mortal realm in which I would assume a number of these similar creatures existed. The second one, I think,
Phlogiston.
yes.
Bless you. What?
It's the phlogiston.
I
It's
do
the
not sneeze.
space outside of our space.
Very good, yes.
Yes.
Not many people know the word.
I've heard some stuff.
In this space.
Beyond our system. Oh, would you like to? You can go ahead.
Oh, I was just continuing on my story.
To put it at ease, beyond what we know as our system, our crystal sphere, there is a space, dark, roiling, called the Phlogiston. Creatures have been known to traverse through it, although I don't rightfully know other than my research and various ships that come to water deep every now and again.
Well, anyway, in this space, there was a progenitor being, I believe, which is what is depicted here with the central eye. And the
Why does
horde
everyone use
gathered
such
around
big
that.
words?
I
So
believe
that's
that
the story of
this.
the army, right?
Yes, but from this army,
The second one, you
a
got the guy who
creature
left.
left.
What happened to the third one?
And the third one, he entered his own space, or created his own space, sublimated it from the ether.
So we're in that space.
I know.
Could be.
So we are currently in his space.
That's what it seems like.
I have leaned my quarterstaff up against one of the closed doors.
I'll have you make a stealth check.
Where's Dax?
I'll go
Looking
find
around.
Sal knows exactly where Dax is.
I probably.
15? Okay, sounds good. Sounds
Most
good.
of us know where
And
Dax is.
I have pulled out my +1 net. I'm creeping my foot forward, and I will slam the door open and
Crack! Boom! As a creature inside, hovering over a hole on the floor, is a sort of greenish orb with a yellowed eye, 4 eye stalks astride it. Its sort of barbed teeth snarl back in surprise as it flounders into the back wall, bopping on the sides before you and Inner rolling initiative. So I'll have you roll initiative as you
Is
all
it
from the other room
initiative?
hear the slam of a door.
Or is it a surprise?
Yes, you are. I'm so sorry. I
He
skipped
gets a
over you.
surprise, but we're gonna have to be in.
Can I go running into
You
the
do have a
other room?
surprise round. I will say that because you did beat its stealth and perception.
Okay, quick question.
Yes.
Did the creature crap itself?
I will say that you freed it of its tension.
Whatever
That's
your
so much worse.
imagination comes
Sometimes
up
when
with.
you have hiccups, you just need a good scare.
I'm gonna take off running after the noise and go, finally something interesting! Not what it was.
Sounds great.
I gotta get away from all this talking.
I'm ready to leave the bathhouse.
I'm watching you guys like that lady with like a red wire. This thing means that thing with this.
Yeah, just
Okie
like-
dokie. What is your score?
12 initiative.
12. I need to roll initiative, don't I? Whoop. Okay, sounds good. I got a 10. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Where'd my pencil go?
So do you get 2 actions
I
then
don't know.
before it
You
gets
do, for sure. As you get off a surprise round, so as the door slams open, you have a moment to react. I believe you set your quarterstaff just to the side, but I'll say you can definitely wield it if you need to.
Yeah.
Go on ahead.
Nah. 6.
To its
Not
AC.
Yeah.
Did you add your modifier?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Roll a 4.
No, it is not going to hit. As the net sort of splays off to the side, it ducks down low, nearly
Ew, it
hitting the
goes into the
hole
toilet.
before bobbing up towards you. You have another, so that's your action, bonus action at all?
Give me
Pick the
1
net
second
back up.
here. Do I want to do any of this? Can't do that.
You were gone when we asked, but yes.
I will descriptively say that, yes, it did. Indeed.
No, I'm not gonna
I hate
do
all you guys.
anything on my bonus action or movement. I'm gonna stay right where I'm at.
Sounds good. You get a second turn.
Yeah. So now I will grapple.
Okay, roll attack roll. As you use your action to grapple,
And is that unarmed? Is that how that works?
let me just...
I believe it is
It's
strength.
been a hot minute.
I believe it is a strength attack.
Give me just a second. I gotta pull up the rules. But while you're doing it, just roll some dice and talk amongst yourselves, folks.
I was like, did you want our initiatives to be all?
Not just yet, as this round needs to transpire before you all...
Solid. Got it. Perfect.
I'm trying to
Oh, wait.
jump on it. And
We
grab
would be
its stalk.
involved in this second round, though, right? Before he gets a second round, because he goes into normal initiative, right? Because we hear it during the surprise round.
Yeah, I'll say we'll get an initiative in just a second.
Okay.
Because they're so close in initiative order next to each other that...
Let him get the double.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Give me just a second.
Grapple that little creature in the toilet.
Grapple that.
Grapple,
bitch.
Grapple. His name is
Crapple.
Grapple. Alright, I'm
Crapple.
going to the bathroom. His name is Crapple.
Thank you, bathroom.
All let's talk about bathrooms. Everyone's like, I never use your bathroom.
Oh yeah!
Alright.
All right, I have a bladder.
Do
Oh
any
my
of us have a way to
goodness.
talk to
I
this
hate
thing?
looking this shit up, y'all. I'm sure.
Excuse me,
No, it's
Mr.
okay.
Bob.
I shouldn't say that, like...
Don't mean to interrupt you on the
I
toilet.
think it's a contested strength check.
I think you're right, but I just want to make sure.
Actions.
No, I just remembered I had
I do. What I think one of my big dream classes would be like
Grappling! When you want to grab a
luchador
teacher and wrestle
class.
shit. You make an attack, you
There's,
take,
like,
you
flying
can use the
tackles
attack
and
action to
stuff
make
like
a
that.
special
That'd be
melee
damage.
attack.
So
A grapple, if you are able to make multiple
Interesting.
attacks, blah 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 blah. The target of your blah 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 blah.
Thank you,
Um,
Watsy.
You try to seize the target by making a grapple check instead of an attack roll. A strength check contested by the target. Strength, athletic, or dexterity, acrobatics check. If you succeed, then they are incapacitated. Blah 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 blah. So it is a contested check. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Let's get to it.
Alright.
Boop, boop, beep.
It's gonna dodge you
Commonly
in the
used
pooper.
runes.
It is.
Is it? Oh, are they dexterous? Is that what's going on?
Roll real well. Fuck yeah.
You want to roll the real good strength
That's a
check.
negative
I-
one.
I have
That's an
negative 1 to strength.
18.
Yeah, I have 14.
Hell yeah! It evades your arms as your foot almost slips in the hole, slamming you against the wall as this basketball-like creature sort of jettisons around you, nearly propelling itself by bouncing from one wall to the other, and it begins to run hover outside.
It's like
of
flubber in the
And I'll
basement
yell,
hallway.
"Rage!"
Okay. Sounds good. That's your action, bonus action movement. You got any of that? I need initiative from everybody else.
Alrighty.
I rolled mine earlier.
No movement because I'm in
You're
here.
at 12, right?
And
Bonus action?
I'm not going to take a bonus action.
Sounds Gucci. Okay, Perfect. Everybody's initiative, 25 to 20. 22.
23.
Jeez.
Ooh, dang.
Were you 22? Oh, okay.
20 to 15.
Sorry, I was 21.
21.
Nice.
Wow.
23,
20,
22,
15.
21. 17.
Good.
Wow.
Nuanen.
Do you get advantage?
What'd you get?
She's got like a 3. I tell you what.
I have a wait. Hold on, I gotta recount now. I have 11.
Okay, that's okay. You're right squarely in the middle.
We need
You know,
some
actually,
someone's
the last.
gotta clean up our mess.
Okay, perfect. So that's everybody, I believe. Did I not get anybody?
Yeah.
Okay, so
That's the
after
best.
your turn, I will say Nuanen, since you landed squarely in the initiative round, as it would have passed everybody getting to his turn, you're the first to move before the beginning of the next round. I believe you were already kind of like, because you said finally something.
Yeah, I was like, finally, they're talking, and I was like,
Oh
finally
yeah, you
something
have enough movement
interesting.
speed. You sprint out as you see this creature beginning to run outside of this, or like float with its own speed outside of the very slim doorway. You hear Dax sort of heeing and hawing inside the thing, and I'll say that you can clear the distance because you have 50 feet of movement, right?
45.
45. Yeah, I would say you could probably clear the distance if you're not within melee getting there, as it's about 10 feet away from you, because you did have to go all the way from the other room to get inside, and then you had to get halfway through. You can use your action to close the distance, unless you have something that can, aid you with a bonus action to clear the distance. But you're about 10 feet away from it with your full movement. Just your base movement. This is boring music. Let me turn something else on.
Yeah, for battle.
I mean,
Battle with the basketball.
battle.
Battle? Question mark?
Ding dong.
Hey.
Them gazers, man.
I'm just gonna.
That's not a gazer. The fuck?
I'm just gonna. You said it was which direction was it running? Is it running towards me? Or
Yeah,
is it
it's
running...
absolutely going.
Okay, I'm gonna take my battle axe and I'm gonna like put it like axe side on the ground next to me, like trying to block where it looks like it's running.
Okay, you see, it sort of in its flared state, it doesn't make eye contact with its central eye, but one of the eye stalks looks your direction as its body begins sort of tailing towards the blackened archway.
Yeah.
So like you're coming from the other room,
Yeah.
so across from you is the archway. So it's like essentially like looks at you, nope, and is beginning
Bolts
to
the other
run
direction.
away. the
Okay.
other way.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do.
Okay, sounds good.
That's all I can do.
Perfect. It is its turn.
Stupid plan. Stupid plan.
I like stupid plans.
So it's really stupid.
Blow the room up.
Woo!
Yes.
Kill all your companions.
That's a little too stupid even for me.
Okay, you see it turn towards you and look back at Dax, and its full body begins to move around, like almost like swirling as it moves into the sort of center chamber. As it does so, it's going to give sort of like a guttural as a language you don't quite understand, loses its lips. It is going to, however,
Damn,
have
its lips fell
one
off?
of its eye stalks look towards you. I'm going to need, as it begins to sort of pulse with this yellowish green light, a stream of light begins to go straight towards you into your chest. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
I do want to say it's not a spell.
It is not a spell. It is an innate
So
ability.
if I'm 10 feet from her, she'd get a +5, but I don't know where I am.
You're not 10 feet from her yet.
Okay.
Soon
And that's
when you
just a
get into
normal
battle.
roll plus the saving throw, right?
Yes.
However, at the same time, it is going to. So one eye stalk is trained on you, and the centermost eye is also sort of looking your direction. However, Dax, you notice one of the eye stalks begins to look towards you as you right yourself, sort of the net falling to your feet. And I'm going to need for you to make a wisdom saving throw. And sort of this one almost, when it blinks, it flashes this ripple effect towards you, and you feel almost like a sonic wave hit your psyche. What did you get?
I got a 26.
Hell yeah. As you feel your limbs begin to lock up, you push past it, and you have no effect. The second one?
16?
16. Similar situation. You feel this almost like the room begin to darken, almost like there's a vignette around you before shaking it off and seeing it clear as day. The eye stalks did nothing. It is then going to use its movement, which it can fly 30 feet. It's going to be about 10 feet from the darkened archway at the end of its turn. After its turn, however, it goes back to the top of the round. Peter, you're up.
Where does it look like it's heading?
It is heading the complete opposite direction. So it's sort of like a tunneled room separated by a wall with just a stone arch. There's the lavatory room, which you guys are in, and then there's the bathroom, which you guys are in.
Right.
It is heading towards the blackened archway in the lavatory room. So this is an archway, and then this is the archway you guys came into. It's heading to this. So it's running away from you, essentially. Got a moment to react.
I am going to go and stand.
Where were you guys investigating? Because were you investigating the first tapestry with you and?
I think
Hold on.
I think we were talking about it. We would have moved back towards the third.
Because I believe where you left off, you were sort of talking about the first tapestry because you were talking about the Legion sort of thing.
Yeah, but
when
we
this happened.
said, hey, this is this thing, this is this thing, this is this thing, kind of.
So you guys can put yourself in the center of the room.
Sure.
So I'd say it's about like 25 feet to the archway.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stand in front of the archway.
Oh, sorry, the archway that the first archway, the archway between the two rooms, between the bathroom and the lavatory room.
Is that where he's going?
So
Just draw a map.
basically,
Yep.
I
Let
would
me just
imagine,
get it.
just think about it.
Is he
as-
trying to
as
exit the
floors.
room, or is
So
he
here's where
exiting the
we entered.
lavatory?
Here's where we entered. Here's the first bath, second bath, third bath, lavatory room, new archway. He's heading this way.
You go.
We are here.
Let me just quick
So
write some stuff
I
down.
could easily get in front of the archway.
If you
Here, let
yeah.
me do like a little mini map.
There also is an archway between the bath
Thank you,
and the
Catherine.
lavatory.
Is this yours?
I think that's the archway you're 20 foot
Yeah.
from.
It was just in the middle, so I pulled it out.
So
I'm trying to prevent it from leaving this area.
yeah, so you guys are like here in the first room. These are the 3 baths. This is like the lavatories. There's a bunch of them.
Okay.
It is currently right here. Nuanen is here. Dax is here. This is an archway that you can pass through easily. You would have to run to here and then all the way over.
Okay. I think I can manage that. Let's see what I can put here.
Like I said, it's about 25 feet between you and that first archway. And then the other room is about 60 feet in total.
I said, all man for cube of force.
If I dash, could I get to the door then?
You got 60 feet total?
Yeah.
So I would say you can, so 25 feet will put you to the first arch, and then that entire room is 60 feet. So you're
would
looking
make
at
it.
about 45 feet in, right?
Um,
Or 35 feet?
35 feet.
I am going to. Oh my goodness. I don't have anything I can do.
Yeah, I didn't
Okay.
stop things.
Yeah, I don't have any way to stop it other than murder.
That's okay. Do you want to choose murder today?
I mean, nobody's voiced a plan. I guess I'll choose murder today.
Okay.
I am going to hit it with a caustic brew. as I take out a bubbling green vial that's glowing, and I
What's
shake
the
it
range
up
on
in.
that?
It is 30 feet, so I will move to get within range.
So, yeah, I'd say we can. Maybe at just the end of your range for the 30 feet, because you, I mean, wait, did you use...
I can move 30 feet, and I
Yes.
can shoot another 30 feet.
Okay, sounds good.
Is that
Yeah, go
enough?
for it.
Okay. It needs to make a dex 17.
Boop! Ooh! It might have gotten it. It literally did. With an 18. It rolled a 16.
Okay. Shoot. As it dodges a stream of glowing green liquid.
And sort of, you like lob it over Hail Mary style, and it's
kind of like a line.
it as it's running, it just like hits right behind it.
Think of it more as like a stream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But that's it. That's my turn.
A lot of streams in this laboratory.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. After your turn, up at the top, it's Val. Alythia is after that.
Okay.
You're in a similar predicament to everyone else. So, you saw Peter turn tail and run. There's about 25 feet between you and the first archway.
Could I have, as this was going on, as we were finishing up, can I have taken this out and held it up to my eye? I have something called the Hagstone that lets me see into the ethereal plane. I think probably what happens is, like, right as I put it up to my eye, I, like, look around, and I'm like, oh shit, and I take it down, and it's initiative. So, like, if I can do this right as a just
Yeah, of
precursor, perception-y, just to see if there's anything, it says, 60 feet into the ethereal plane. It is an action, but if I can use it before I go into initiative, or...
I'll say you can have this up was you were kind
Yeah,
of physically.
I also said Hagstone plus eye patch would make a cool little, permanent, like, yep.
Okay, sounds good.
I know, right?
I'll give you a brief description of what you see.
Okay.
Peering into the ethereal plane, it's sort of bluish haze that laces over the world around you.
Oh, this is worse than the actual world.
You notice that the walls in here are like almost like an architectural like plan. They look almost like translucent, like you can
into it.
see through them, but not beyond them.
Okay. Alright, that's...
There doesn't appear to be any specters near you, though,
Okay.
as there's nothing hiding in the ethereal plane currently.
Cool, I take it down and then all this stuff happens.
Yeah.
And I see it dodge out of the way of Peter's thing. So can it make a wisdom saving throw of 17 for me as
Yeah, what are you doing?
I flick out a cantrip of Toll Death on it?
Toll the Dead.
Toll the Dead.
Wisdom?
Told it in.
Yeah, 17.
You're so wise, that's a 13.
Ooh, that's gonna be 2d8 necrotic.
Hell yeah, roll that damage.
11 necrotic damage.
Is this the thing
Wait,
that
it's
was
it's not damaged currently.
It's 2d8 then.
I think that was 2d8, wasn't it?
Right.
Oh yes, because it's not D12. So you're
Yes,
right.
yes,
So,
yeah, just
2d8.
d8. So 11 total. And then, yeah, that's it. That is my action.
Bonus action movement?
Bonus action movement. Bonus action. No, that's it. I think I'll use my movement to get up to it if I can.
Okay, sounds good. I'll say, because you had to use your action, so unless you have something that'll like add movement to you as a bonus action.
Can I free scoot on the broom?
60 feet?
Yeah.
50 feet.
50
50
feet.
feet.
You have to activate the broom with a word?
I thought you were riding it.
Yeah,
She
I
already
thought I
said
was
she
on
was
it this
riding
whole
it.
time.
Okay, just let me know.
Scoot, scoot!
I'll give it to you this time.
When we were entering the room,
You
she
do
was
have to
riding it.
tell me if it's active or not. Just let me know.
In my mind, I was on the broom.
Okay, in my mind you were, but that's okay.
my-
Yes, you can clear the distance.
Okay.
I will say it's 60 feet total, right, for a round?
50.
50?
Yep.
Yeah,
So
it's
25 feet and then 25 feet in. You're about to where Nuanen is.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So, turn. Over.
That your turn? Alythia, you're up. As you are in a similar situation, however, less and less people are involved.
Right. I guess I hear the noise, and so I'm gonna like dash toward the room as far as I can get. I think we
30
decided that
feet
was
will get you past the arch, for sure.
in through the arch, so I can see what's going on. How far in front of me is the little ball of
I'll say the entire room is 60 feet, so
It is.
just shy of that, about 50.
It's
Well,
less
50,
than-
40 probably.
I think it's less than 30 feet because I was able to hit.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That was an innocent, but-
No big deal. I was looking at. No, I don't want to do that. I lied. You know what? You're an ugly piece of shit, and I'm gonna vicious mockery.
Yeah.
What's the save on that?
16 wisdom.
Okay, sounds good. It gets a 17. Wizard. I'm rolling really good.
Damn.
However, as you turn the phrase to it, does that transcend language? Like if they can't understand common.
If the target can hear you, though it need not understand you, it must
Okay,
succeed.
sounds good. So as you see it's not perturbed, it blinks sort of furiously before it goes and begins to sort of move towards you guys. Bonus actions and movement. You already used your movement.
Yeah, nope, I used all my movement. I'm good. I'm just gonna stay my ground now.
Perfect.
Terrified, but, like, you know.
Sounds good. That's your turn. Grudj, you are up. After that, we have Dax, and then we got Nuanen on deck. What you doing, Grudjo?
I'm just gonna make sure I have line of sight. Firebolt.
Okay, so 30 feet into the
120
room.
feet. Of,
Yes, 30 feet into the room, and then you got clear guidance. Sounds good. Perfect.
All right.
Roll your attack.
Eat fire.
Eat fire.
19.
That hits for sure.
Okay. Oh, D10s.
How wide is this room? Are we all just like ending up in like a line, like
It's
behind
fairly- it's fairly
Nuanen?
wide. I'd say
Like,
you got a 10 foot.
5 points of damage.
What?
5 points.
Oh, perfect. Okay, sounds good.
It's an odd day.
As the flame hits it, you see it sort of roil back in its pursuit, shaking its body before beginning to pursue you further. Is that your turn? Bonus action movement? You're gonna use your movement.
Oh, I didn't even. I just blinded up through the door. Just
Oh,
where I'm at.
yeah, be wary. There's a lot of people involved, line of sight. It can have cover. It's in a whole different room.
All right.
I was under the assumption you kind of walked
Okay. Does a
there.
19 still hit?
Oh yeah, but
Okay.
I would say, like, did you want to walk into the room to get a clear shot?
I mean, I'd get a clear enough shot. I'd probably stay in the original room.
Okay. Sorry. I was
Alright.
I'm
So
sure.
you're staying in the bathtub room?
I just want to make sure.
Oh yeah, I would have just made sure I had line of sight on it through the door.
Oh,
Through the archway.
nah, no worries.
I don't
It's just there for.
Yeah, it's a mini version.
However, while this is happening, is that your turn?
I'll just go. All right. Oh, there it is.
Daxlaxl.
There it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Another smoking creature flying away through the door.
Can I run out and get myself within 30 foot of it?
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
And then I will cast Oelke's Resilient Sphere and I'll just hold out my right arm. The waterfall tattoo glows, and this light shoots down my arm, out my hand, and forms a perfect circle around the basketball.
Just hits the 19.
No.
Sounds good. Uchar's Resilient Sphere.
What is that? A save? A deck save?
Nope, it just is a spear. It just gets it.
Oh,
Get speared, man.
Is it a saving throw?
Oh yeah, it's a dexterity saving throw. Sorry, I was wrong.
Roll low. Roll low.
It has a cool thing. I want it to go off.
God
Fuck. Okay. No.
Ah!
Sounds good. As you loose the spell over, describe this to me.
Yeah, I just did. It's the blue.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
In a whole different
That's
world.
okay. The waterfall glows blue. The blue light comes down the hand, shoots out the fingertips, and just whoop, makes
Okay,
a perfect
sounds
circle, and then if it was like gibbering,
Like
or whatever,
Augmente. Like it
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
swirls
yeah.
around it.
and if you heard the gibbering or whatever, the second it closes, we can't hear it
Ow!
anymore. It's just and then I'll turn to the rest of you and be like, perhaps we should talk to it?
How?
I haven't understood a word it said.
Does anybody have a way to communicate with him?
Did our guide not say he took a class?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Where is the guy?
I think you thought that you all had it handled.
I forgot you were here.
Yeah.
Jeez, do something.
I was investigating the tapestry.
Maybe you
Jesus,
can
wear a
investigate
bell or something.
this thing.
My understanding of deep speech is rudimentary. It's not my expertise.
He kind of looks like he speaks only rudimentary.
I might have a spell for this.
We
Looks
only
through
have
his
a
book.
minute.
Oh, it's only a minute of concentration?
Can I like prepare a rope to
Can
try
we
and?
wrap the net around it so that when it does leave, it's already entrapped in the net?
I like
Do what you're gonna do.
Let's get the net
Alright.
stuck around the
Suppose
spear.
it's back there. I'm concentrating.
Alright, I'll go get it.
Okay.
Whose turn is it?
I also forgot
I
I
think we're
do
out
have
of
the
combat
ability to
for
speak
the
any
time
language
being.
if need be for a short time.
Oh my god!
That could be useful.
Dax.
I'm concentrating!
Dax.
What?
I
Damn it.
We
I
need that
throw the
right
net
now.
I
We are
didn't
out of combat.
prepare that spell today.
Fine. And then I will touch myself and cast tongues.
When nothing
Why didn't
Is
you
that
touch
also a
him?
concentration spell?
Because I want to do it!
Hey! Is that also a concentration
No.
spell? Okay, sounds good.
You don't want all of us to hear him?
Are we out of combat?
No, it
I
only
will
works
say,
one
for the
turn.
sake of this, we are in
Right.
a tense out of combat. Are you attempting to speak to it while it is in the sphere?
Sound can't travel through, so I'm waiting for Peter to put the
Let's
net over the
do
sphere.
the net. I'm gonna do
Alright.
the blanket thing. Someone get the other
Yep,
side.
yep. We'll do it together.
Good.
Tie it
Also,
on the bottom.
the net will give you advantage in grappling the creature.
Can we make it better than that? Can we completely surround it in the
You
net?
can set a DC for sure. Use your. I'll say you can use your MacGyvering techniques, your little tool set.
Can I assist
Oh
with
my
my
God.
strength? I pull it really tight.
What should I roll?
I would say
I do think
roll your tinkering tools.
Grudj is just
Okay.
turning
This
to
is
Nuanen,
stupid.
just like, I don't know.
Peter said to help him. I'm helping.
I'm gonna use toothpaste.
Got it, bud.
Sometimes
Okay.
we gotta do stupid stuff.
You said tinkering
Shapers.
tools.
Yeah.
Nuanen, Alythia, and Grudj are all standing in the back.
Just like arms crossed.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
I'm
is
gonna
this
back
what you
up
want
to
me
the
do?
wall and just.
Did you want me to tie it?
Yeah, you're doing a great job.
Help
Yeah,
me.
you tie that.
Awesome.
Looking good, Val.
Peter, tie it a little tighter up top.
Tie that.
31.
31. That's a great DC. Lovely.
Jesus!
Sounds good. Well, at your request, you can release that concentration.
It should be good. As you see me like,
Releasing the concentration, the water falls to the ground and dissipates. The creature, you can immediately hear its snarls and cries as the net falls on it. It's going to attempt to break that DC, but I don't think it can. It's a, what check is it? D?
Dex or strength.
I'll do
I
a
wanna
dex
kick
check.
it.
No, it's a 5. It is fully entangled as its eye stalks are peering out through the
Especially
holes in it.
since I think
It begins
crosses
to
that.
thrash about,
That seems to
screaming to you. Well, to anybody in the room. You can hear, now that you've cast tongues, it says, "Release me! Release me! I have duties to perform!"
Friend, I will release you to your duties if you answer but a few questions I have for you.
You will die! And one of the eye stalks shoots a beam at you. That same blackened beam you had before, wisdom saving
Oh,
throw.
Can I be
boy.
standing
I'll
next
say
to that?
Valenccya is right
Yes.
next to you. He's
Yes.
going to shoot another beam right at you.
What?
You're going to have to make
Plus
a
5.
Constitution saving throw.
Plus
the
5.
three of us are standing up against the back wall like, this was a terrible decision.
23.
I'm gonna stand next to Val.
Can I kill it now?
Saves and saves as it goes, "Ha ha ha! I've got, oh no. Oh, what could you possibly want?"
What are you doing here?
Why I protect, that is my duty. Aha! And you see 2 more bees.
All right, no, I got chopping eye stock off now. You're being
The
rude.
first one is going to
Listen.
go for you.
Okay.
It is a Constitution saving throw. The second one is a Wisdom saving throw to you. Different
Again, it's
IDs.
+5.
Yep,
Yep,
absolutely.
Can I walk up to it and just put my foot on top of it?
Do either of you look like you failed?
It's pretty. It's
Okay.
sizable. It's like
Ball?
2-3
I don't know
feet.
what
Oh, okay.
It's about your size.
Anything less
but
than
just
Oh.
a ball
13, probably.
Oh, okay. See, I thought this was actually like a
Okay, you're
basketball
probably
size.
No, it's like a medium creature.
Oh, right.
The other ones were. The other ones were about basketball size. This
Gotcha.
I want to punch it in the pupil.
What was that? 15?
24.
You both save as it goes. Oh no! Ah!
Who's in charge of this place?
The God King.
You should tell him if he shoots one more laser, I'm going to melt him.
If you shoot another laser, you will be destroyed.
You are finished. If you stay in the castle, you will die. And it's
Hold
gonna shoot two.
I'm gonna kill it too.
You're gonna
warned
get a
him.
Constitution saving throw, Dax. You're gonna get a Wisdom saving throw, Valenccya.
I was like, can we set this?
Yes.
20,
I'm gonna shoot it
25.
with the gun.
10. You do succumb to the laser.
That's +5.
Wait,
As you take.
I don't think it's gonna be that bad. I'll just let it happen. You're probably gonna get paralyzed or something. I don't know.
We don't know what it is, okay?
Tyler knows what it is.
Well, okay, you get out of here.
Tyler can
Tyler
make
needs
things
to go
that
home.
Dax doesn't.
That is 17
One of my
points of
friends
necrotic
had a
damage
dog
to you.
like this once.
Didn't really hurt.
As it says, ha ha ha! Yes, the God King will eat each of you.
Okay.
Dax, are you relaying any of what it's saying to us?
I'll say, it won't cooperate and wants us dead.
Can we set it up
will
so
it
that
bring it to it? Will it bring us to its boss?
Yes, go ahead.
can all of us attack it at
Yes!
I
You
am getting ready to
Yes!
attack it after
Let me
immediately
ask
after
an
it
above
did that.
game question. Do you want another round to try and glean information from it?
I'm killing it.
I will not stop other people from trying to kill it.
I
Here, I'm gonna give
don't
you
care.
both a persuasion check. I'm gonna give you a persuasion check since you've talked to it. It doesn't
well,
say
then,
you
does
like
he
it.
get +5? No, wait, that's
With
for
advantage
something
from
else.
persuasion
I'm gonna
check,
guide
she's
you.
working with somebody.
She's not.
Oh, she can't.
Yeah,
Give
she's,
me
that.
she's
Give me
actively
guidance.
aggressing
Advantage or
the
D4?
creature.
D4. And let me know if you roll low, because I'll give you more.
Nope, I rolled great.
Okay.
So that is 17 plus 5, 22.
You can add it. or-
Sounds good. 22.
I have a special thing.
Inspiration.
Oh, I also have
Like
inspiration.
What is it? Something
Like a-
Bardic
How
inspiration.
the dice roll takes their DM.
Really good. Honestly, though, so the creature, sort of wavering its eye, flickering between all of you, you all sort of beginning to walk towards it, prepping your various things. Its laugh is going to waver as it says, I can't do my duties if I'm dead as well. What do you want?
Take us to your leader and we'll let you do your duties.
Yes, I will do that, yes.
Okay.
Alright, let him go.
You see
What? Are you not
its
even-
eye stalks begin to close as they blink,
What
and
did he
it
say?
kind of bows its head to you.
He said he'll take us
I
to the
shall
God King
follow.
if we let him go, and if he doesn't, well,
How about we leave him in the net and he can do
Why?
this?
Why do we want to go to the God King? Don't we just want to go to the portal?
we want to get out.
No, we want to. I don't believe we will be able to leave until we kill the guy.
Can I toll the dead on it just to shut it up a little bit?
It's just gibbering, but yes, you can if you'd like to.
You could just
Let's
kick
just-
him.
Okay.
I kick it gently. 2 points of
You
damage.
want it?
Yeah.
Would you be willing to Santa Claus the net?
Come on, go fuck
Have
yourself.
him guide
Come
You know,
You want me to do what?
just,
Carry it like potatoes, like a sack of potatoes.
yeah, just
on.
we're gonna
I
leave
have
it in
to
the
be
net.
free if I'm to
I
guide
guess.
you.
No,
No.
We're taking
Can
it
you
with us?
soccer dribble
we,
kick
we
it down
can't
the hall?
understand it.
we'll free you after we give away.
Now, listen.
The only person who can understand him is you.
Come on, you need to be.
He says that we need to let him go for him to take us where we need to go, and I believe that these creatures may have a better understanding of the navigation of this place.
All right. Tell him that if he deceives us, he will be eradicated.
Can we put him on a leash?
I relate it, yes. If you deceive us, you will be obliterated.
Yeah, I stand like this.
And your duties will then not get done.
Okay, are we seriously considering
I
releasing?
will lead you to the God King, and you will die, and my duties will be fulfilled either way. Ah!
Well, do we want to go or not?
What did he say?
He'll take us. But we'll
I'd
die.
appreciate a short rest if we can. But...
You will take us in an hour.
You see him sort of like his pupil flicks around the room rather fervently as he's weighing his options and says, "You want to wait? I can't wait. I have to lead you now. We must go now."
He says we can't wait.
Okay.
That is something that someone who is evil
Why?
says to people to force them into a trap.
I mean, he's in a cave.
Well, ask him why. Why can't you wait?
Can't we wait?
I have. You caught me. We can wait.
Good call. I guess we can wait.
All right,
It looks look around as you notice, because who's holding onto the net currently?
Nobody, I don't think.
Is it just draped on the floor?
No, it's
Well,
balanced.
I'm,
It's been
I'm
tied to
probably
it.
standing on one corner of it, and you probably
Sure.
got some of it.
Yeah, sure. I've got
I
it.
got like my shield sat down on it, like
Rest it. Take your rest. You need rest. Each of you seem meager in comparison to the God King's splendor. You shall die easily, yes.
Great.
And
Alright.
you will join the Legion,
Nothing. He didn't say anything. Nothing.
That's
is-
particularly passionate about
Can we
whatever.
get
Yes, well, madness is something that these creatures seem to be passionate about.
Yeah, hey, Silence Dome Man, can you do that?
Oh.
It's annoying.
Please,
I wonder if they could breathe
I
underwater.
did not stock that today, so I
Good
did not. I
job.
didn't know we were going to be taking
It's fine.
a volleyball
fine.
creature.
You asked him to be.
It's okay. It's alright.
What if we put it underwater? Then we won't be able to hear it.
Then it might die.
We should drown.
Honestly, following this thing feels weird to me. You know? Like, every action it has done so far has felt very evil. And
I mean, it is. I
Have
believe
you-
it may be an evil
Have you,
creature.
like, vibed this place? Because it feels
Ooh, do you guys want
all
to vibe
really...
check?
honestly,
Let's get a vibe check.
I do
Yeah.
it to
this
Divine
whole
sense
place
in the
feels
room,
that
so
way, yes. But
What can you detect with the Divine Sense?
With a divine sense, I can use an action to spend one of 6 uses a day. I detect good and evil till the end of my next turn. I can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell or know the location of any celestial, fey, fiend, undead within 60 feet. That is not behind
It's
total cover.
celestial, fey, fiend, and undead.
Yeah, none of
and
these.
detect good and evil.
Oh,
Do all the Hallows.
I can't do that. Are you doing that?
No, you just said you detect good and evil, and then
It's a very poor
Yes.
explanation of what the spell.
Yeah, it's
actually
kind of
does,
a
though.
confusing.
I will say
Yeah,
that
the
this
ability
space
of the spell does not
give you,
say, "Oh, this thing's good."
Never
This
mind.
does
thing's
not give
evil.
you the opinion that it is under hallowed or blessed ground,
Okay.
and there is no creatures under that description around you in your direct vicinity.
Has it been consecrated or desecrated?
No.
No, okay. Well, it feels rather neutral here. Not as creepy as the Venti Ariathal.
Oh, that's nice.
Not as
It begins to try and gnaw at the ropes binding it.
magical head.
I'll say it's going to do some minor attack rolls as it is a bite attack.
If you keep that up, you won't get your tasks done.
It's going to deal some damage.
we just roll and let this thing.
Should we just?
We need to make a decision.
It begins
will
to
not-
gnaw at its binds while it's sort of laughing and says, "Ha! Either way, there will be more of me."
Oh, that's perfect. We'll just find the next one. Maybe
Oh,
there'll be more.
great.
I didn't say that. I didn't repeat it to you. We need to decide. He will not be consistent. I think that is the nature of this thing. We need to choose now. Do we try to follow it to what its leader may be, or do we continue wandering aimlessly on our own?
Could we carry it with us?
How do we know?
It's trying to bite out of the neck right now. Look at
You want it? Kick it
right
down the
there.
hall.
Do you see this?
Take it.
Yes, I'm holding it.
Well,
Well,
either
It's gonna do another bite.
we follow it, or we kill it so that it doesn't get information to anyone else.
I say we kill it.
You use snaps of like 3 of the cords as it begins to sort of like
Knock
try
it
and
off,
push
bud.
its way through.
I'm going to attack it with my quarterstaff.
I was
Sounds
just
good.
gonna
Roll an
say-
attack roll.
I'm gonna try to
Use
hold
some
it
hit
for it,
points.
like
Yeah.
hold it out for you.
Oh, like an advantage sort of deal?
Oh, can I?
Because it's restrained.
May I told
You get
that as
advantage,
well.
I think, because it's restrained.
Can I like hold it out for him, kind of, or like
It is
try to with the net?
incapacitated.
That's a natural 20.
Sounds good. Double damage.
I don't need to waste a candy for
A candy trip.
Candy trip.
How do we do this again? Do we double the dice or do we double everything?
You just double the dice. And if you're two-handing it, it's a D8. I don't know if you are.
Right, I didn't specify, so I'm going to go with D6. That is 11 hit points of damage.
Oh, sounds good.
How do you cast a cantrip as a bonus action? Is that like a
It has to.
special feat or something?
Pinch
No.
its the laugh.
Hitting its
The
head,
cantrip
you notice
itself will say that
it like
can be cast
blinks
as a
and
bonus.
rears back, confused and dazed. Its brain sort of like recontextualizing the area as it's sort of. It took an immense amount of damage
Bonk.
before it like sort of bleary eyed says, "The Legion will keep us all. In that slumber we will rise."
Am I next?
Yeah,
Yeah, whoever wants to attack can.
I'm gonna give the net to you. Hold this.
yeah. I hold it, and then I think with the eye stalk, I grab it with an eye stalk and I give it one punch, like one of those balloons, so it comes back to me.
Yeah, are
I
you
don't let go of it.
doing
Right,
an unarmed
right.
attack or?
Yeah, just like a.
Okay, roll an attack roll.
I want to stab it after Nuanen.
I'm gonna say it doesn't have a lot of hit points
Do
for
we-
its threshold.
Yeah.
If y'all want to kill it,
We make it a
we can
pace.
just get descriptive about how that happens if that's
I
so
love that.
important.
punch.
Okay, sounds great. You
You
punch
want
it
it.
in the face.
I'm gonna
It
kick it super
blinds
hard.
an eye.
Yeah.
You kick it. You guys begin to stab
I
at it.
pull out my rapier. Whoosh.
We make it a pace.
As
Skewer
everyone
it.
joins in, I walk away.
As it takes barely any time, and with its sort of like muffled to you all laughs and squeals in this guttural language that I don't know if anyone can understand,
Except for him.
it begins to succumb to the darkness of death, and with that you see it sort of drifts to the floor. Its body almost like it looks almost like it like deflates a bit as it form lands onto the ground before it sort of cackles out. We all sleep. And then it goes, its eyes roll back into its enormous head, and it begins to slumber
I like that idea.
forever.
As it slumbers forever, as it leaves this world, I pick up the hagstone. I spin my eye patch around, revealing the hagstone on the back, and I line it up with my eye. Do I see it going anywhere? Do I see anything additional
Is it
in this
leaving its
place?
body?
Yeah.
No.
What?
So I had this.
Get this.
Peter gave it to me. You found it when we were
Yeah, we
looking
found
at
it
the
at the creepy
hags.
hag.
Well, actually,
Oh.
I should restate something. So, as you're looking at this creature, watching it die, you do see sort of the essence that thrums within every other body around here begin to fade
Oh, good.
until it's just kind of dark.
Yeah, it's gone.
Okay, now what? Next room?
Let's find the next one.
I personally felt a little weird about killing the creature in the net, but
Well,
I didn't think we
That
should
didn't
have
seem
trusted
very
it.
sporting.
yeah.
Granted, we probably have to.
Where this God King may lay, I would assume it would have taken a position of power in the castle. Unless,
You're
of
like
course, we'd like to
Is there
just
a throne
wander
room?
aimlessly, as you
Well,
had said. so
that's what I was
eloquently.
gonna say. Is there a throne room or a?
Have you found
I'm
a way
sorry.
to wander not aimlessly?
We just killed the potential guide, and you still want to go where it was taking us?
No.
No.
So we
I
are
don't.
not looking for the god key.
I thought we were looking for a portal.
I'm looking
The
for
portal
Vander.
won't work until the god king is dead.
So, we still have the question as to where exactly we are and what creature is holding us here. When that question gets answered, I presume that we would be able to return to the material plane.
Well, great.
I think that there's a chance we'll meet the God King every time we go through one of the doors.
Do you wanna try
I guess we
another door?
just keep trying doors then.
Do we have a door ahead of us we haven't pursued? Is that where you're headed?
I don't think it matters which door we go, the one we came through or the one we
I
faced.
believe it will simply be taking us to a new room.
It feels like something that's supposed to be annoying, you know?
Well, let's all
Well,
go
it is.
together.
Kind of like you.
Let's all keep a close
Sorry.
distance. Don't let anyone stray.
I'm sensing a
Sorry, I'm hungry.
glowerness
Why don't you lead the way?
about you. Well, you had mentioned a rest. Do we need to rest?
I'm right for now.
I can keep watching.
If for
Eventually,
nothing
won't you?
else, to regain some of my spell ability.
What do you want, Dex?
Grudge is the one who needs a rest.
I asked for
perfectly
it
open.
simply to regain some of my ability to
I'd like
cast.
to rest. I
However,
can keep an eye.
we
on
can
it.
continue on, and I shall do my best as we are.
I'm sure Nuanen could give you a piggyback.
Like a backpack. Rest and travel.
It's fine. Let's just continue.
I feel fine. Does anyone need a rest?
No.
No.
This is our chance. Could be our last chance.
Should we hold hands?
Do we want to account for maybe inventory what we know so far?
Okay.
Probably.
Who wants to start?
Vander is not here.
I think that Vander might
Very
be beyond our purview currently.
Yeah.
I do believe that here is Dragonspear Castle keep.
Exactly.
We are currently facing a creature of the realms outside of our own crystal sphere. A creature that has seemingly taken a place or created a demi-plane of its own, and is, for all intents and purposes, able to create illusions of grandeur or...
It's the most interesting part of this whole endeavor. It's crafted this place. It leaves traces of its life here.
I would like to add that if we stay here, we will lose our minds.
Yes.
Oh,
That might take
What?
us
sorry,
a little
Dax. How are you
while.
feeling?
Could someone explain that to me?
Yes.
It appears that these creatures either thrive through or on madness and inspire it in others.
Ugh.
And
It's very confusing by nature.
Does anyone
earlier,
feel-
I opened a pair of doors and I felt my sanity slipping.
Good. Good.
So we have a chance of going mad through every door we open.
Yep.
And we just killed the guide who could have gotten us to the God King without being mad.
We also have a
Actually-
chance to gain more information through every door we open.
This is true as well.
Well, that
Who
actually
knows?
puts forth an interesting proposition. Perhaps our guide could be the first to go through the doors to see if it's safe.
And perhaps with that idea in mind, you could manifest where you want the door to go. I mean,
That's
that's
an interesting idea.
it's not.
So we chuck the dead body through each door before we go in it?
No,
That guide knew on
We
our research.
Oh god, I keep forgetting you're here.
yes, we.
Sorry.
We
I
could
haven't
chuck
called
the
that
body.
before.
Should we
Yes.
try going to a specific room?
I think if you're comfortable, we'll have you go first, Uldan. I can stay right behind you for just a little extra pep in your step. And think of where we want to go. Is that
Well, do we want to try reopening the door to
How about
where we
this?
were
He
already?
pulls out the map.
Oh yeah. Oh, good.
Let's pick a location. Something easy that might give us information. Manifest that, and then see if that will help us.
Oh, how about
All
a
right.
kitchen?
It's worth it.
Boardroom?
The kitchen.
That'd be food.
I was gonna say a library.
I don't know that I would recommend eating food. we
Please,
find here.
please don't eat the food that we find in this place.
Yeah,
Please.
let's look for something benign. We're already in a bathroom. Let's look for a
The garden.
closet.
A closet.
I don't
Many
think-
rooms have closets.
Yeah, I don't know if we can
Okay.
go into a
You want to go in
We're
a
looking
closet?
for information, correct?
Sure. Okay, but like we don't know it works yet, and we don't want to open a door to Madness Central. So
Nobody
Well,
thinks
let's-
about Madness Central.
Let's think about the kitchen. I think that is a simple
Kitchen.
enough
Sure.
requisition.
Kitchen.
If we were to
do these things even
Don't
eat?
you smile too
link
hard.
situations together, we
Watching.
found a fair bit of information just in the bathroom. I mean, a mundane place like the kitchen might hold similar information.
Sure.
This is true.
Maybe it
Especially
has
if the creature
yes!
seems, especially if the creature seems
So, I shall.
enthused to impart a
manifest.
life story.
Yes. Sometimes kitchens have dumbwaiters to important areas, so maybe we could.
You see him approach the darkened archway.
We go to.
As he does, he sort of like, I guess, closes his eyes for a brief moment.
I do the same.
Before humming to himself, and you, whoever is most perceptive, probably you two, hear in a whisper, "Oh God, help me!" As he walks through.
I don't want to wait very long.
No, I think like as soon as his whatever
Form
cadence-
is gone.
yeah, whatever
we're stepping
cadence
right
we
behind
were
him.
all going with in through. Uh-oh. Maybe we don't do
Is it-
that!
Is it the kitchen? Please tell me it's the kitchen.
Oh my god.
Is it the
The
fucking
kitchen. Nobody likes the way
No,
you're
you know what? It's the fucking God King. It's what it
It's
is.
so fucking funny! Oh my God!
It's a fucking one.
Did
you roll a one?
Is the kitchen here? Okay. So, stepping into the other side, you sort of see him begin to open his eyes as he makes his way through, and it is a dark undercroft kitchen. Stoves on either side of the square-like room. Prep tables all abound. There appears to be sort of like a pantry off to the side in a darkened area. And inside the room, immediately when you pass through, all of you can hear like bubbling liquid, sort of a laughing.
Oh, God.
Laughing and bubbling.
Laughing, bubbling something, and on each of the roaring stoves is a cauldron that appears to be bubbling some sort of liquid. He says, "I didn't really give that much of a try, so I'm astounded that worked."
Great job, old man. You
That's
did
awesome
really
that we
good.
can just
Clearly you
manifest
have
it.
more control over this
Testament
place.
to my mental fortitude, indeed.
Can I insight check?
Yeah, of course.
Also, speaking of kitchens, did we want to...
That's
Oh,
in-
food. Did we want to
This is the stupidest shit.
Did you get a 20 on
And I
that?
got a nat 20 on
That
He
that.
Jesus.
didn't try at all. He did not try at all. This was pure happenstance.
I don't
This
say
happened.
a word to anybody else.
You just looked
God, that's
through
so
him.
magnificent.
I'm so-
I think I want to try next time.
Go ahead.
I can't believe it worked.
Nuanen's very proud. She thinks she somehow, because she chose the kitchen.
Noticing,
Actually,
by
I
the
do
way,
think-
as you guys just enter into the space, I'll give you a little bit of information. On the prep tables, there appears to be food. However, it is confusing to the senses. It appears like a sort of purplish, brown, pink mush
Okay, I don't
that
look
takes
at
the
that.
form of like sort of like bumpy cucumber-esque shapes. Things that look like food but aren't necessarily food. Like there are vegetable-shaped objects that are like have like their own little eye inlaid into them.
I know where the toilet goes now.
Normal cutlery, knife and things. But other than that, the food itself appears perplexing.
I think I just like if anyone gets close, I'm just gonna be like, I don't think we need to. There's nothing good to begin. Let's
No.
let's
I'm
just
gonna
leave it.
check around
No,
the room.
please, Peter,
Just
please,
real
no.
quick.
Peter, please don't
Peter,
use your
I dare you to
body.
do that.
Is there tapestries?
Peter.
No. No.
Is there
There are
any?
not.
I am fascinated,
However, you do
but I will
see
not eat
at the back of each of these stoves, there's 3 of them.
There's 3 stoves,
If,
3
like,
baths.
There does appear to be a mosaic on each
that
of
thing
them,
looks alive.
like its own backsplash. There does appear to be in like a scripted speech that you don't quite understand, just various glyphs and letters that you can't read. Unless,
Oh.
wait, can you
It's
read?
just tongues. It's just
No, tongues doesn't work.
It's just language.
Can I look around?
So it's
for-
just words?
Words we don't know.
So there's no pictures or anything. It's just words.
It does appear to be just words.
Can I write the words down?
Yes, you can copy the glyphs. I will say, make an intelligence check because you're making essentially like a picture of what could be like symbols. So depending on how they're supposed to actually be interpreted, it could be read wrong.
Sure. Oh no, that's a rogue thing. Never mind, not a bard thing. Intelligence, you said?
Nuanen, you were saying something? Yes, intelligence.
Yeah. Can I go towards where I hear the voice coming from?
Yes. I will say it appears to be coming from all 3 of the cauldrons, and it sort of emanates the space completely around you.
There are 3 cauldrons and 3 stoves?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
the laughing voices are coming out of the cauldron.
Yep.
Cauldrons.
Is it kind of set up in a similar way to the baths, where there was 1, 2, and 3?
They're in a different sort of format. So there's a centralmost stove that has the largest cauldron. It sits at sort of the back of the room, and then there's 2 cauldrons on either side.
Sure.
Prep tables that astride the whole room itself, and a pantry out to the right-hand side. The left-hand side has sort of this staircase that winds up. You would presume that would lead to whatever serving area that it would they would carry food to.
Black within the staircase?
Yes,
Okay.
it does appear to be dark in
Another,
the same
okay.
way. Go ahead.
I got a 13.
13. Yes, sounds good. What were you saying?
Can I pick up? What's a? Can I pick up any? Can I pick up one of the pieces of food and drop it in one of the cauldrons?
Yes.
Just to see what happens.
So, I will say that you went to, which cauldron did you go to?
I probably would have stopped at the first one to do that. I would try to do all 3 if I have time, but I'd probably just start with the first one.
Okay.
Because I would assume they're not the same.
Yes. 1 second.
I think I see you going for the food and I just stay at a nice 10-foot distance.
I'm not gonna eat it.
No, it's the
You
interacting with it.
I dare
I
you.
worry about.
Do it again.
So,
I dare you
Peter?
eat it.
Enough.
I'll eat it if you.
Alythia, pulling out your paper and going closer to the mosaic, you're able to scrawl some of the stuff down. And as you do, you notice the cauldron is bubbling. The inside liquid appears to be, again, sort of like a fleshy, purplish pink purple. And as the bubbles pop, you see teeth and mouths inside a moment before the dough-like ground begins to become apparent to you. And it stops you from doing the rest of it as the babbling begins to echo in your mind. I need all of you to roll initiative. Nuanen, you are going to a different cauldron, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, you were dropping. So I'll
I was
say
just
you were
gonna
going to the
drop
second one.
something
You
and it-
pulled sort of this like sloppy tomato-esque item that doesn't look like a tomato over to the middle one. And as you drop it in, one of the bubbles pops and a jaw comes out and snaps it and pulls it in as you all need to roll initiative. 25 to 20!
This has got like Beetlejuice food vibes or something.
Before we start.
Oh, yes! How about this is a great place for a break? Let's take
As
a
we're in the
break!
kitchen,
As
let's
we're going to
go
roll
for it.
initiative. Actually, I'll grab your initiative rolls before we go on break.
Okay.
So 25 to 20.
Come on, guys. Wait,
Girls.
wait.
Friends.
Come on, girls.
Girlfriends.
Damn,
okay,
it's
20
good.
to 15.
18.
Wait, I have 21. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I just
I got you.
16 for Val.
I'm gonna need them repeated. Sorry so
Yep,
much.
that's okay. No, you're fine.
15.
21 to 18.
Well, what was it? 18. Okay. 18. Crap. Okay, good. And 16 was who? Valenccya. Okay,
Val.
cool.
Me,
16.
Val. I'm the 16.
Val. 15 to 10. 15 to 10.
Jesus.
10? Okay,
10, yeah.
cool.
From
10.
y'all.
Petey. 10 to 5.
7.
Also 7.
Lovely,
Well,
lovely.
I know twinsies today.
Oh,
Seven.
that's what I want.
I'll let you guys get that out amongst yourselves. You can do it whatever way
I
you
was
want,
like,
either pairs or
Is that a
otherwise.
six?
Who cares?
What a gentleman.
I think you should go in tandem.
I was like, you would have a
Did I
higher
miss
dex.
anybody? Did anybody not say it?
It's everybody.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm
You roll my
purposely
two
not
rolls.
rolling for
Oh,
Clover.
dex. Oh, you're talking total number.
Oh no, I
I
have combat.
Collars under the tables.
Okay, perfect.
Reggie's still a bunny on Nuanen's back.
Oh, hey! A bunny pack.
I forgot he was
You
there.
never gave him back.
That's right. He
Okay,
signed up.
perfect. We are good. We are set. Initiative is started.
I forgot.
I should roll for all done. I'll do that later, but we're going to go to a break. Woo! I think I know how to do this.
Be back
Break.
soon.
Goodbye! Woo! And we are back, my friends!
Yay!
Yes!
Now
Okay.
we're all fools.
So, right. The bubbling, the cauldrons, they begin to bubble and pop as you are within range. We're going to start at the beginning of the round, or top of the round, which is Nuanen first. Point of order, Nuanen.
Valenccya is also-
Maddening sort of like mouthing bubbles as they snatch this piece of food before you begin to sort of peer into you with a cacophony of sounds, laughing in a language you can't quite understand. I need you to make a DC 10 Wisdom saving throw.
Is this anything?
And
DC
in a
10.
similar fashion, in a DC something saving throw, it is. I'm so sorry. Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. So that's just me.
Yes.
Normal for me, right?
As well as you realize that the ground around you gives way in a similar fashion to what Alythia is realizing now as well. I need you also to make a DC something strength saving throw as well.
Oh, because I'm nearby.
Yep, saving throw. Yep.
Dope, okay. Yeah.
I also need to do what?
Strength as well.
17 plus 9.
That'll
That's
do.
your five.
Nope,
No, it's not on that. Okay, 17 plus 9 is. I did not count on my fingers, I swear. Okay, yeah, I got a 19 on the wisdom.
Solid.
And a 26 on the strength.
Okay.
It's a little more serious than the gurgling.
You maintain sane as you begin to sort of like the vision around your eyes becomes like just this pool of like bubbling. Now you can understand flesh. And you notice that the ground beneath you begins to almost suck your feet under. You have just a moment to react as you break free, and now it's your turn.
I'm gonna shove the cauldron over.
Sounds good. Off into the wall. Strength check.
That is. You said strength.
Yeah.
Check?
Yeah.
So just
16.
16. You tip this huge cauldron off into the wall, and with a slosh, you see a rush of red liquid. As it hits that mosaic just behind, instantly you can see these thread-like veins grab onto the wall and begin to push itself, and it spreads. The cauldron tips back, rolls onto the floor with a ka-ting-ting-ting, and you see it sort of like plop down onto the stove itself. This like mass of writhing mouths and tendrils. I'll say that's your action to engage. Do you have a bonus action?
Where did it go? Is it just like
It's just still there. It's just not in the cauldron.
sure? No, I'm not gonna do anything.
You still have
That
your
would
movement
freak me
too
out.
because you're able to move.
I mean, actually, yeah, I'm just gonna I'm gonna back up and stand next to Grudj.
Okay, sounds good. It is going to make a reaction attack against you. Is one of the mouths is going to materialize and like it's going to snap out towards you and try and pull a piece of your flesh back in. That's
Okay.
a 18 to hit.
What's your AC?
It's 16. But also, I'm wearing that cloak, so I don't know if you have disadvantage.
What's the cloak?
Displacer.
The
cloak.
Oh shit! Yeah. Wait. So the cloak of displacement, is it similar to the displacement?
Yes.
What does it say?
It's
I totally forgot.
it's the same as the displacer beast, so it's disadvantage until somebody gets it for the first time.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
Resets at the top of her turn.
So then you will give me disadvantage.
disadvantage on attack.
Oh no! Okay, I'm gonna reroll it.
If you take damage, the property ceases to function until the start of your next turn.
Not bad.
Oh, and then if you
Oh,
get
so
stuck
just
someplace.
damage. So if you just take damage, is that something?
Disadvantage on attack rolls. Yeah, against you if you take damage.
Disadvantage will help you out with an 11 to hit. You see the mouth as you the cloak. It's like sticky tendrils almost snap to the ground and pull you back for a brief moment as the mouth clamps right in front of you before jettisoning back to the pool, slapping it against the wall as the tendrils crawl even further. That is its reaction. As you move away, you can move to whatever space you'd like to.
Okay.
And then, do you have anything else for your turn?
Right.
Sounds good. Grudj, you are up. Valenccya, you're after that. Something special.
Okay. I am going to.
At the start of your turn, are you within 20 feet of any of them?
5, 10. Yep.
Sounds good. I need you to make a Constitution Wisdom saving throw. Wisdom saving throw.
26.
Definitely saves. As again, the mouths and jabbers try to take your psyche, but to no avail.
Okay. I'm going to firebolt the one that Nuanen tipped over.
Okay, sounds good.
29.
Definitely hits.
Okay.
It's gone.
What is it?
You have to use it. If your girl's on the floor, you have to use it.
Wow.
Too late.
17 points of damage.
Hell yeah. As the fiery blast impacts against it, it almost leaves a scorched hole in the mosaic behind it. You can see the creature's flesh begin to pucker and blister as it separates around it, creating a hole before it starts to slowly reconvene. Yes.
Can I tell what these are?
Nature check.
Okay. Also, ew.
That's a bad stew.
Reaction, ew.
A really gross stew.
Also for reaction.
16 for a dirty 20.
They appear to be malignant and pseudo-non-sentient. However, I wouldn't say, because you don't have really an expertise in like research of this type of creature. So I would say you don't necessarily know what it's capable of. However, to your experience with mimics, the little witch you have, don't get close to it.
Yes. Pseudo-mimics, I guess, guys, so be careful, don't get close, if possible. For sure, don't touch it with your bare skin, and that'll end my turn.
Sounds good. That is your turn. Valenccya, you're up. Something special after that. Peter, be prepared after that.
Okay. I will taking a look at the one right in front of me.
Please make a
Yep.
wisdom saving throw.
That's okay. I was up there. Wisdom saving throw. It's okay. We got a 16, and
How
then we
close are
add
you to it?
13, so we get a 29.
How close are you to it?
Pretty close.
Within 10 feet?
Yeah, for sure.
Make a strength saving throw as well.
Okay.
As again, the sort of gibbering, babbling, laughing tries to take your mind to no avail.
8 plus 9, 17.
17 as
So
well. You feel, again, the ground begin to sort of suck at your feet. You're able to stabilize yourself and go in for your action. You're just dropping a bunch of stuff.
Wow.
I think I'm gonna back up and do like backsies with Peter.
Okay.
Like, and then knowing that Alythia is near that one.
And we can say the one on the left is number 1, the one at the back is number 2, and the one on the right is number 3.
Right, like one.
Just so, description.
Yeah, just write one there and then I'll remember.
If anyone's
I think
curious.
that's the next one. That was a staircase. That's a 9. But okay.
That was a beautiful too.
Wait, what did you get?
Thank you.
Exquisite, really.
Sorry, no,
Thank
we were
you.
just. I haven't done anything yet. Sorry, one second.
I was smart, not good at writing.
Is that an
My
H?
penmanship is.
So, just if I may
Good,
ask
so
a
we're
free
taking
question, would these be considered? A shape changer?
No.
Give it to me, baby. Come on. All right.
Their shape that you see now is
Okay.
the shape that they are in. A mimic would be considered a shape changer.
Okay.
This is not.
Poopy. Okay.
It's a flesh-like sludge with a bunch of mouths.
Yeah, about that. I don't love it. I will go ahead and cast Toll Death on that one.
Okay, sounds good. Toll the Dead is to number
Oh
1.
yes, Toll the Dead.
To number 1.
17
Which
saving
number?
throw. To number 1.
Sounds good.
Sorry.
Wisdom! Natural 19 with a plus 0. So it does save. Still
So damage.
wonderful.
Okay. And then
You see it sort of reverberate as the cauldron begins to bubble, and it's now starting to bubble over. These thick slaps of flesh hitting the stove and trying to lift itself out of the cauldron.
and then I think I go, Alythia, watch out! And then I give you Shield of Faith, so you add 2 to your race.
Perfect. Make sure you mark
Yes,
that.
and I'm.
Bonus action. Everything good? Is that your turn?
Yep, that is my turn.
Perfect. After you, who is within melee range of these y'all? Okay, so I need to stand up. I'm so sorry, those of you who can't see.
Sulu is.
Alythia is in front. Sulu is in front. You are all in the center. Number 1
Wait,
is going to.
Sulu's right here.
That's really confusing.
My
considering they're
AC.
supposed to be cauldrons.
No.
So it is going to make a bite attack
No, I'm
against
at
you,
16 total. But I.
Alythia.
It's okay. You can-
That is
you can
a 19 to hit.
No, that hurts.
Sounds good.
Please don't murder me.
And you are medium, correct? Correct?
Oh my god.
A medium-sized creature?
Yes. I need you to
Oh
make
my
a strength saving throw.
You are within 10 feet of Val. You are within 10 feet of Val.
Oh, you
Have
are
a
within
plus
10 feet
5.
now. High five.
Is that a
Saving
saving throw though?
All
Yes,
saving.
all saving
Okay.
throws.
And it's
Is
not,
it-
it's just
It's a
as
strength.
I'm conscious.
Yep.
Yes.
Feel the warm embrace of sweet Val. Smell a little mint.
Is that cocked? No, that's
Nope.
straight. That's 9.
That is
Plus
14
five.
points of
Plus
piercing damage to
1
you
is
first.
10 plus 5 is 15. I'm sorry.
14 points of piercing damage to you first, as the two sort of mouths begin to like almost form arms, lifting it out, and one of the mouths swings around the side, clamping onto your shoulder, and immediately trying to rend flesh from you. What was your saving throw?
15.
15. As it pulls away, you feel a shock of pain as your flesh leaves you. However, it does not incapacitate you. It will, though, fire out a burble of its like wet, fleshy liquid. If there's a point in which I think it's Peter and Valenccya can hit with this, I'm going to need each of you.
Does Peter get full cover though because I'm standing in front of him?
Nope.
Yeah.
It is within 5 feet of you.
That is never
You
works.
do get my plus 5 though. Enjoy that.
I'm gonna-
Also, is this
It is going to be a dexterity saving throw.
I have a level 7 ability with this.
I don't think it's a spell. Oh my god.
What you got, baby?
So I'm
What
gonna
you got?
use my reaction,
Okay.
and I'm gonna give myself a plus 5. So that's a total of a plus 14, but I rolled a 3, so that's 17.
Okay. That saves.
Okay.
Okay, what?
What?
What'd you get?
Dexterity
What did I-
saving throw.
Yeah.
Dexterity saving throw. What did I get? Let's see. Ooh, 13. Not gonna do it.
That meets. So, as the blob hits the ground, the flesh immediately splatters over both of you. You have just a second to raise your arm up as you feel this wet liquid slather both of your arms. It was going for your eyes, and you narrowly get it as part of it hits your face, and you have to like scrape it off and flick it to the ground. Before the next one goes, which is going to be the one in the back, it is going to do a similar tactic.
5,
Since
10,
it can't
15,
hit
20.
anybody.
You can hit Sulu.
Oh, it's going to try and hit Sulu then.
Is this Sulu? Okay.
I changed it from the code.
So it's not so confusing.
That's a natural one. So no, I'm so sorry, Sulu.
What
That's
is it?
great.
What does it get for a plus? Oh, it's
2.
an automatic miss. Okay, never mind.
Sounds good, wonderful. It is going to do that same thing to both of you, so I need you both again to make dexterity saving throws.
Ooh, this one
That's better. So you get +5.
Yeah, it's enough to get it. Plus 9, so 17.
Perfect. As again, you guys are prepared, and it's just you're getting splattered with this gooey, fleshy muck.
I really want to get out of the center of the room.
The third one is going to do the same thing. It has no one to bite, so it is going to throw one at you two. I believe it's Nuanen and Grudj over there.
We're still within 10 feet.
If it's within 5 feet of, is there another person over there?
Reggie. Well, what's the size of it?
5 feet. So it's like it hits a point in 5 feet within it.
Okay, so
So
Reggie
it's a
gets
5
it
foot
too.
square.
20 feet away? Or what?
It's a point. It's a
The
5 foot.
AoE is 5.
It's a 5 foot radius, so it's 4
So if
squares.
you hit Nuanen, you'd also hit Grudj and Reggie.
Yeah.
But if you hit Reggie, you'd hit.
Yeah, I'm going to hit Nuanen, Grudj, and Reggie. So I need you all to make dexterity saving throws.
It's just spewing like a slime bomb. and
Yes.
I'm
Is it
not
dex
about
saving
that.
throw?
Yes, dexterity saving
For
throws.
Grudge, that is a 14 +5 because I'm within 10 of So
Ooh, nat 20.
nice. So 19 for Grudge, and for Reggie,
Reggie doesn't get the bonus.
But then how far are you from? What's your room?
That's
Oh,
one.
that work? On Dex?
Yeah, any saving throw. If it's a saving
You
throw.
saved 2, right? With that 20?
I'm at 23 unless we add her 5 to it as well.
Yep.
So, both of you, again, seeing the situation
Let's
happen 2
cap
times
this one.
over, are able to pull up your cloak, you brandishing your axe in front of you as the splatter hits. Reggie is the only one caught off guard and is immediately, like, sort of taken out of the air by this
oh, he's a
thick
bunny
flesh.
on
Okay, so
Nuanen's
he's
back.
on the ground. His face is covered in this flesh, and he is currently blinded.
Oh, buddy.
Okay, that is their turn. After that is going to be Peter, and then it is Allie and Dax after that. Peter, what you doing?
I don't see a reason to stay. I don't know if anybody else sees a reason to stay.
I think we can leave.
We
Alright.
can't talk, right?
Well, we could talk a little.
You guys can kind of start. I don't want to say
Time to go. Why would we go out that door? Oh no.
This is the new one.
Don't,
Right,
don't go.
and we
Don't
Right.
go.
put
Same thing
I'm not
happens if we
leaving
go
yet.
back.
I'm not leaving yet.
We don't know where's next.
Well, I guess you're right. It could be the. Yeah, you're right.
Alright, this is too much talking for this.
Oh no, sorry, we're not.
So I make it to here with my movement, and then I'm going to. I am going to. Oh my goodness. What the heck do I do?
What do you got? You got seconds to decide. Come on.
You
You fight and you flee. Gotta choose.
I'm gonna shoot this one.
Number 2, 1, 2, 3.
One.
Sounds
Shoot
good.
one.
What are you shooting it with?
A gun.
Sounds good. Make sure you got your misfire rate all cracked.
I'm gonna shoot this blob with a gun.
That reminds
Cast a
me
gun.
of,
Where is my gun? Okay. Does a 23 hit?
Definitely.
Ooh.
Roll damage.
Bang, bang, baby. Shoot him down.
bang, bang.
So 13 points of piercing.
Hell yeah.
First damage on that one?
Possibly, yeah.
Again, you see its flesh reverberate as it's pulling most of its body out, and the center sort of blob that's coming out just explodes on impact as more of it starts suffusing
I'm leaving!
out of the cauldron. Where are you going?
I'm waiting at the door.
Oh, did you have to pass within 10 feet of the creature?
Nope. Oh, but I do have...
Of the pillar or the
Of the creature, the number 2.
vine?
I'm gonna have... No, I didn't pass
Did
it.
you went
I went this way.
So you pass within 10 feet of the creature.
'Cause this is
Oh,
the 10
here.
Oh,
Here.
10. So like technically
There's a
it's-
corner there. You
So,
have to go up here.
As you're running, make
Okay.
a strength save.
Okay. Have I seen other people getting stuck? Because I would probably
sort of.
just fly over it.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to you. Roll an intelligence check.
Okay.
DC's 15.
21.
Sounds good. Yeah, you can fly for sure.
Alright. And then I'm going to have Sulu attempt to come with me.
He is flying currently, right?
Yes.
Okay, sounds
But
good.
he is exiting a range.
He is, for sure. And one of the mouths is going to try and eat his ass. That's a natural 8 for a 10 to hit.
Oh, that might hit. Give me
It's
a
a
sec.
lucky little.
It's like a meat, isn't it?
It might be a meat, yeah.
If it meets it,
Oh my god!
It's got a 13.
Ooh, yay! I was already rolling.
Nobody heard my.
I am going to have Sulu
I said it.
shoot the one that I shot too, just, on its way out.
No.
So that is... So 18 to hit?
Oh, that one couldn't even... Because Nuanen ran away from that one, right?
It's a different one.
No, she
It was
was
number
number
2.
3.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, numbers are important. So
I'm going
yeah,
to shoot number 1 with Sulu's force attack.
sounds good.
18.
Definitely hits. Roll damage.
And that's a D4.
Big numbers.
1 plus 6, so 7 damage.
Nice. It's caustic too, right? Or no, it's a force thing.
Yeah, it's a
He like
force
sends
damage.
out a cannon of like.
It's
air.
one of those air cannons.
Like a Kirby air
A
cannon.
t-shirt gun?
So again, you
Not
see
quite.
some of its forms flick onto the ground with the force as you make your escape. You're pressing forward. Is there anything else you want to do?
No, I'm just getting ready to leave.
Sounds Gucci. Alythia, you're up. Dex, you're on deck. Well, no, technically you guys are together, so you can decide who wants to go first. Perfect. Alythia, go on ahead.
I'm sorry.
A 15-foot cube
Mm-hmm.
is
A
is
15-foot cube.
is like
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
It's 3 across. 3 across.
nine cubes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Is there a way I could step? Oh no, actually, I probably don't need to.
That's a 20.
Oh, by the way,
The strength save at the
at
beginning.
the start of your turn, you do need to make another strength save, and you also need to make another wisdom save.
You do also get +5 to
Wisdom and strength.
Yes.
Back.
As the mouths, now that they are active, begin chittering and jabbering louder and louder, and the ground begins to sink as you start feeling yourself begin to go into the
Wisdom
floor.
and strength. All right,
Plus
let's
5
do
plus 5.
strength first.
Seven. Your feet are
A strength
locked
save?
into the fleshy ground, and you are currently
Is it
incapacitated.
a saving throw?
It wasn't.
Incapacitated.
So
Incapacitated?
you get +5.
Like I got KO, like knocked out.
Oh, sorry,
I
no,
was
no,
gonna
no.
say restrained, right?
Settle down. I'm so
Okay.
sorry.
I was like,
no.
what?
Wait.
Does a 12 pass?
This is the. I need to organize my thoughts.
I'm sorry, she rolled a 12.
You rolled a
Not
12?
Not a 7.
What do you
Because
mean I rolled a
Valenccya is
12?
right here.
Yeah.
Okay, you got a strength save.
Oh, I forgot that.
D6.
That's okay. You succeed the saving throw.
Okay.
Just for everyone, so you don't freak out, your speed is reduced to 0 for this one. However, the wisdom saving throw is important. Please do roll it.
Also, I'm never gonna
13.
13 just meets for the second time.
It's so close.
Cool. Cool, perfect. With that being said, I'm going to use my action to cast Thunder Wave.
Okay.
And I'm gonna just clap in this bitch's face and just be like, back off!
Read me Thunderwave. I want to know what the spell says.
So it says, a wave of thunderous force sweeps out from you. Each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from you must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, the creature takes 2d8 thunder damage, and it's pushed 10 feet away from you. On a successful save, the creature takes half damage and isn't pushed.
And Valenccya, you're just beyond the bounds, right?
A 15. No. Valencia's inside. Grudj is inside. Reggie's inside.
No,
15-foot cube from you.
should be
So
here.
it's
Should stop
front of
there. Yeah, that's why
Doesn't
I
it
asked
come
if
up
it was a
from
9
in
by
front of
9.
him?
It says.
Oh, yeah,
Ooh,
no,
it
that's
does
great.
say. It does say from me. So could I put
You would
myself
be
on the back end
You
of
would
it?
be the center of the cube.
Right.
Yeah,
Right,
so
but still, even if I was the center,
You're
it's
right,
5 feet each
100%.
direction,
So-
yeah?
That's
Right,
exactly what I'm
okay,
saying.
yeah,
So
it's-
Valenccya, you're saying the creature is going to have to make that save. What is it again? Dexterity? What's that?
No, it says a 15-foot cube centered on you instead of saying everything within 5 feet of you. It just doesn't make sense.
Constitution?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Con 16.
Ooh, I got a 15. I failed. Okay. Do your damage.
Alright, damage. Oh god, I'm stealing your die.
Go for it.
I wasn't ready for this. I didn't think I was gonna do this.
You got it, girl.
I just cast it at level 1 because I was like, I just need it away from me. 5 damage.
5 damage. That's still
5
damage.
thunder damage.
Lovely,
It is
lovely.
pushed 10 feet or as far back as it can go into the deal.
So,
So it would
wall
be-
right here.
Into the cauldron in the wall as the whole thing sort of like shakes and moves towards the wall.
It
It's
also
splattering up.
says, in addition, unsecured objects that are completely within the area of effect are automatically pushed 10 feet away from you by the spell's effect. So if there's anything like on the counters or
Roll
whatever.
for me.
Sure.
Pot goes flying.
19.
19. Roll a d6 of damage.
Is it playing
4.
a knife? in
2
his
of the
own
knives slam to the back wall, skewering part of the other one.
Nice.
Uh,
And just so you know, the spell emits a thunderous boom audible for 300 feet. I don't know if that matters in
I
this
got you.
world.
I got you.
Just thought you should know that.
Anything else, Alythia? You got movement.
I
You
was
wanna
like,
move?
yeah. Would I, because I just pushed it away, will that mean that I'm disengaged and I can run away without getting opportunity of attack? Attack of opportunity?
No, you pushed it into the wall.
It's still in the same space. So you would risk an
didn't have
opportunity
anybody to
attack.
move to.
However, you can move, and you don't have to make a saving throw for that. Just risk and death.
Yeah.
You want to take the risk? What you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the risk. I'm
Hell
gonna follow
yeah.
Peter.
Okay, sounds good.
So you're gonna opportunity attack, I assume.
Ooh, it's gonna snap the shit out of you.
Oh,
It's a
God.
20 hit.
20 to
20?
hit?
Yeah.
What's your AC?
I'm 16 right now.
It was a natural
I'm going
18.
I'm going to give her a shield to bring her AC to 21.
You use your reaction. Sounds
Yep.
Oh! You got protected, girl. Sit down.
Thank you.
good. Mark
I'm
on
so
that spell
glad.
slot.
Yep.
Sounds
Can
good.
you say
And your reaction, as the mouth goes straight for your back, it looks like it's headed for your neck. And Grudj claps his hands together, snapping a shield in place, and the thing crashes into the shield before snapping back to the wall.
Yeah, I know the last time she almost got hit with 17 points of damage. I can't take many of those either.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yeah, then
Perfect.
I ran up by Peter, so that's I'm
Daxlaxl
good.
Faeriden.
No one is being held by any of these creatures.
Doesn't appear so.
I'm gonna pick up Reggie, and I'm gonna say,
Reggie's blind.
we have to go.
Your movement.
And I will turn around and we will go back out the back darkness.
Oh my god.
No.
Okay, sounds good.
If you're, can Clover go? I haven't had any Clover actions. Make Clover.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You understand to an extent, what got you here.
Mhm.
Are you going to try and think of a location to go
Yeah,
to?
I'm thinking of the portal.
The portal room?
Mhm.
Okay, sounds good. I need you to make
The
a wisdom
courtyard?
saving throw.
Wait, can you
The
wait?
portal room where we're gonna stop Vander eventually. The one, the portal to hell room.
You don't even know this is happening.
Wisdom saving. 15.
15? Sounds good. Passing through the inky blackness.
I can't even look at Hunter right now. I'm not looking. I'm just listening.
Okay. You're about to get smacked. I'm going to describe this in a second. Okay. You're gone from the space. After Dax, going to the top of the round, Nuanen, you're up.
Stop.
So we have a brief period of time where the door stays the same.
But you can't get back in. So,
Nuanen's gonna look at Grudj and look at where Reggie was. And then she's gonna turn around and also bolt backwards after Dax.
Nuanen. Turning around, in the glimmer of time you have passing through the doorway, you notice that it leads into a very large room. Dax already entering the space. You see it's sort of flanked on two sides by the shadow of these arching stairways that guide themselves down to the front. And I'll say you disappear into the blackness as well. Get to more in just a second. That's your turn. You disappear into space. Grudj, you're up. I would say you're close enough to the
I'm gonna
situation
meet eyes with you.
to
Go on,
see.
Loverboy,
Wait,
go
wait,
on.
where are you at?
right here.
Yeah.
You can
I
look
was
back
right
behind
next
you
to her.
and
Probably
see
watch her leave.
the same image painted in front of you, beginning to softly, slowly start to dim.
I'm going through.
Can make Clover go through as well? He is not moved from that doorway. Can he go
Yeah, I'll
with them?
say because he didn't have a turn last.
No, I usually just keep him out of combat. but
Well,
he
here,
will
how
go
about this?
If he can.
You're up after Grudj. He'll go with you.
Yeah, perfect. I would like meet Cavers.
Grudj. First and foremost, you notice that the shadow of these two arching stairways, and you entering into this space. Other than that, you notice a huge, an immense arch door at the front of this precipice, and ceilings that go up 50, 60 feet in the air.
Yep.
I'll get to it in a second.
Yep.
Valenccya, you're up.
I make eyes at Clover, tell him to go that way. On the broom, I will just 5, 10, 15, 20.
Did you start within 10 feet of any of the creatures?
I was here.
Oh, you were on the broom. Never mind.
Yeah, and then if I can, I'll zip over tables and like if I have to get close to the ceiling or whatever
Okay, you got
to
enough room.
avoid. And with my movement, can I push my companions through the door, thinking, please let me go where Dax went.
So,
Holy
Oh, no.
it's okay. I love
Is
it.
that
Okay, first. Take an inspiration point because I love this shit. So you get DM's inspiration, which just gives you advantage on any roll.
I feel really sweaty now.
Listen to me, folks. All right, I will say, since they're so close, you can split the rest of your movement between the two and push them all through. I need to give you a strength check to do it. The DC is, let's set it at 15.
Strength. Now, Valenccya VonVail has
You can use
historically
athletics
bad
if you need
strength
to.
rolls.
I'm going to.
You got this. You
You
got
can
this.
use athletics if you need to.
Natural
That'll do
18.
it.
Yeah,
Perfect.
That'll do it. 22.
Feeling both you and you. Wait, who? You and you.
Yeah.
On your backs, 2 palms of your friend, assuredly sending you through. You clench your eyes, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw as you try and fixate on the situation you saw for a
Everyone or me?
Just you.
Because you're the one
You have
trying to
inspiration when
determine.
we get this into the
You're determining this.
poorly.
That's a
19.
natural 19.
It's a 19 plus wisdom 13. 19 plus 13. What is that?
Oh!
Somebody do the
No,
math.
that's saving through. Let's just check.
30.
Just check.
32.
Okay, well,
32.
it's not a 32.
Okay, yeah, but what's
Yeah,
your
it's a
what's your
19 plus
19 plus
wisdom.
4.
Tell me
so
what it is.
23.
23.
23. Okay. As you push your friends, the whir of you and you jettisoning through the blackness, you can see almost nothing before you see the whipping red hair of Nuanen, Grudj, and
Woo! And I still have the inspiration.
striding forward into the grand hall of Dragonspear Castle. You all see before you a space drenched in sort of, I'm going to say, choked purple and red light. At its center, there is a tiled centerpiece of a dragon flying into the air with an individual astride him. But most notably, you see a glimmer. Golden flecks astride the walls, and they begin to move softly, starting to circle, as to your horror, you look up in the center and a ball, some 10, 15 feet in diameter, begins to ascend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 eye stalks branching off from it, as at the very bottom of it, a slit-like eye begins to open, and this golden being begins to drop and descend into the room. And with that, Alythia, do you have something to say?
Oh, I just wanted to know if we see Oculus. What's his name?
Oh, yeah, I would say
Foreign
he
guy.
came through with you.
Okay, cool. Just checking. Okay, continue.
No, we leave him.
He ran through with us.
Perfect. Perfect. That's all.
I swear he needs a fucking bell.
With that, I need you all to roll initiative.
Oh. Sorry. No, I liked it. I needed someone. I needed someone to be there for me.
I'm so glad that worked. That made me so
Finally rolled
nervous.
low.
Yeah, I was like, wow, am I gonna kill my friends?
Yeah.
Like,
Yar.
not.
I gotta roll one too, because Oldon's ready to fight.
Yeah, old Don.
Get him.
A cult or
Get
whatever
him,
his name
Don.
is. Olive oil.
Occults.
I wrote Old Gun Ashen Tip. But
Ashen tip.
I wrote
I
Ashen
think-
I
As
wrote Ashen
combat
Tip.
starts, I stride forward, I grab Reggie out of Dax's hand, and then slap him on the back of the head. God damn it!
25 to 20.
23.
20.
Did we enter in from the opposite side by chance?
Yeah, from the door that you were supposed to go through.
They're like the
From
opposite.
them?
Yeah, like are they
Did
on the
we
other
come in
side
from
of the
two
room?
different
Oh
Like,
my
doors?
god! Okay.
Oh, like, yeah, did we all enter?
Yeah, for sure.
That's
That's
so
so
That's
cool.
Look across the room
I'm so
and-
sorry. Let me rewrite some things. I'm sorry for the viewers at home. I'm sorry to everyone involved. This is too cool. Inspiration as well.
I'll
You
take it.
see your friends from the other point of view as you break through the grand doorway on the opposite side. Lovely. Lovely girls! We're gonna position ourselves. It'll be great. It's a wonderful time. I love it. Okay, stay. We got 23, 21. Says May, old dawn.
Fucking Valenccya VonVail.
Okay.
I've never met a door.
20 to 15.
19.
15.
Oh, girl, I have to roll for something scary, too. Fuck.
Oh
I'm so sorry. Wait, what was it, 15?
I got 19.
Okay.
This music is so cheery.
no! Not for long.
No, it's heroic.
Okay. I need a step block now. I need a step block stab.
Step block, stab.
Ooh, girl, I'm going old school with this. Let me get that.
Get that.
I'm gonna get the map prepped for a new map that might be showing up.
Oh, wipe this down.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
a
no,
really
you're okay,
intense
Vince. Don't worry
moment.
about
Oh, that
I
was
didn't know if you were
beautiful.
gonna follow, and so I was gonna go.
Oh no, that's why I was
I
looking
knew-
at you like,
I
if you
knew-
go,
If
if you go,
it
you
would
know
have
where he's
taken more
going.
15
to
to
get
10.
there, and we wouldn't have made it. But I
Well,
thought if the door was open, it would.
I can always call Clover back, but if you...
Well, that was the thing.
Oh, I
I said
didn't-
Clover with you guys, so at least I could.
I didn't think about that. I was going after.
Okay,
that
10
dude.
to 5. Is everybody good?
5.
Yeah.
Oh.
5?
Sorry, did you get me? I was at 20.
Yes, I did.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, did you?
Sorry. Did you?
Did you leave?
Okay.
Did you hear
And
that I
with
got
that, my friends,
20?
we're going to pick up fresh and early next episode.
Ah! Oh, so good. So good.
Fucking great move.
That was
Val.
amazing.
Great move from
I'm
Val.
so glad.
I don't think you quite understand
that would be so
how my heart sank.
oh, I thought
thought
I was
we
dead
were
when
all
you looked at
getting
me.
I rolled.
I was like, re-rolling character, here we go.
I know, I
I know, as soon as you went through, it's like,
It's
I
a.
don't
It was
know
a natural one.
how
Which is.
we...
Sorry, I can explain this later. But like, that's the Great Hall, which is where he resides.
Yeah.
And so I was like, huh.
I thought we were all getting spoiled.
No, I was watching,
I thought we were
I was
all-
watching
I-
out of the corner of my eyes too, just like, oh no.
I was like, he's
I-
gonna be alone.
No.
I thought that worked differently than it did. I didn't realize that we could just heart our ways to our friends.
Valenccia,
I forgot about Daxlaxl a lot.
that DC was a 20, by the way. You got a 23.
Wow.
Was that a saving throw or was that just a
Oh,
check?
Ruby, remember
was
to write
just
down
check.
that you have DM
Oh,
inspiration.
she would have had like way
I have
above that.
DM inspiration.
She just
Make
said
It
sure
was
that
a
you
check.
have inspiration.
Oh!
And
I was like, yeah, because she had a 32 if it was a save.
Anyways,
so.
folks, you can hear us talk forever. I'm gonna blast. I'm gonna
amazing.
black
Bye!
out.